Hello and welcome to the first episode of our Witchlight campaign. We delayed it. It was supposed to be last month, but we're finally here. We got all the guys super excited to be here. Um, I guess we can do some kind of announcements at the start. That's kind of what we do with Dickus, it seems like. No, we do it at the end, don't we? Yeah, ignore me. Um, so, for those of you who don't know, Witchlight is, I think it's still the newest module, right? The most recent Wizards of the Coast official module, I should say. Um, we are doing a version of it here in my personal homebrew world. It won't ultimately make a real difference on things, but so city names might be weird. Um, I don't really think there's anything else. So why don't we go ahead and get into it? Um, Voldemir.
I
Um, Loki, someone should let me know if everyone's audio is good on Discord. Or on stream. Um, but uh, you have been in the city of Erglens now for a little while. It's kind of up to you. I'm not sure if you're from the city or if you are from some other dwarven settlement. If you would like to describe your character, you can, because we're going to start with you.
Sure. Voldemir is a. Well, let me pull up that description really quick.
We can do this while you guys describe your characters too.
So, I am so sorry.
I normally would say you don't have to pull up the description, but I thoroughly loved your actual description that you sent me, so I want you to.
He stands at 4'2". His complexion is pale of skin, as if he'd seen a ghost. He has some traditionally handsome features, such as strong brows and a defined chin. However, his cheeks are hollow and near gaunt. Where were it not for them, it might seem that his appearance were not so ghastly and vile. So he is like stripped of the face. So he has these strong, pronounced features like brows and jaw, but like his cheeks are almost caved in, and it gives his overall face a ghastly look. uh, Deep and sulken features. He has thin pressed lips that never seem to curl in any direction. It's always one flat line. His eyes are darkened by many circles, and they appear to cut through knives as he peers. He lacks any expression, and it seems to give him a sinister look. Although the townspeople swear that he's quite jovial. He has long, bright blonde, wavy hair that comes just past his mid shoulder, with a braid along each ear. However, it's only when his hair is clean that his hair appears golden and blonde. Otherwise, it becomes quite greasy and shimmery, and more of a coppery bronze, which is mostly his appearance, as he does not appear to bathe very often. He is broad at the shoulder, however, his overall stature is quite gaunt, drained, and emaciated. The people say it's like the life has been sucked out of him. And that is Voldemir.
Cool. So, as I said, you've been here in the city of Erglens, whatever reason you left your original hometown or whatever, for a little while now, staying at a local inn. And as you finish your ale that happens to be spent with your last gold piece, or near your last gold piece, I should say, um, a flyer on a nearby board catches your eye.
he will go over to the flyer and read it.
Um, so as you look, there are several flyers, but this one seems to almost magically draw your eye. And on it, there is a promise of great reward. And it's basically just a call to adventures. There's not a lot of real specific details. It says that if you're interested, come to the Steel Spire.
Would I know anything about that?
Why don't you give me? I'm gonna say either a history or survival check, your choice.
Okay.
Just because you have been in the city for a few weeks or so. Oh, that's the wrong tab. Okay. Yes, as you read it, you may not know the name, but you've definitely seen a place not that far from here that fits this. In fact, it kind of stands out in the city. There's several different towers in the city, but there is one that seems to be made of a solid dark metal.
Mm.
And
This
you theorize,
right.
you're like, I'm pretty sure that's the spell Steel Spire.
Mm. Okay, then he would go back to the barkeep and he would be like, "Hey, so that big scary spire thing I saw outside, that's that's what this is?"
The halfling man behind the bar, sort of polishing a glass, looks at you. He goes, "Aye, that's the spell Steel Spire.
Ah,
You got business
okay.
there? Most folk don't go there. The
Well,
occupant is kind of a recluse."
I just saw this call to adventure on your board, so I thought, I'm gonna head over there. It seems, I'm seen drawn to this flyer. I don't know why. I'm gonna go. You're saying they're a recluse? What do you mean?
They keep to themselves. Tower's been there as long as I can remember.
And
They
nobody
they
really.
don't come out often. Shipments of supplies, papers, inks, weird items sometimes, exotic animals.
So he's an eclectic. They're an eclectic person that lives in this Spellsling Spire.
That's basically what I know. Yeah, not he don't like I said he doesn't come out much.
This is just getting more and more curious. I think I'm gonna go and check this out, and he'll actually just leave.
So you make your way, and like I said, when you step out and you look over the roofs of Erglen's, you come out into the kind of clogged street. It's probably 8, 9 in the morning, pretty early. Uh, you again, being from like a smaller kind of country town, I imagine is kind of what you were picturing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The overall assault of your senses, the noise of so many people going around. Erglands is a pretty industrious city. The scent of like smoke and too many bodies crammed into streets moving about, sweat kind of assails you. You've been here a few weeks getting used to it. But as you go, you look over and you do see the tall, dark, metallic spire maybe half a mile away. And you make your way there. When you get there, you actually see a large, like, wooden gate, iron shod, think like castle gate on this door, 20 feet wide, 15 feet wide, double doors. Um, and there is you with your passive perception, I believe. Let me double check, but I assume you have a decent passive perception.
13.
Yeah. You would actually notice that there's a welcome mat. It doesn't really say like anything other than welcome. It's pretty basic, but you see that it's actually raised off the ground a little bit, and that there is likely a pressure plate there.
Oh, and he'll stand on it, I guess.
As you stand on it, there is a loud ringing bell, and we're actually going to pause on you for a second as we switch to Marty. You still with us, Marty?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Marty, you are going about your studies, focusing on your lessons within your room in your master's tower. You're turning the page on a tome titled Manipulating the Weave Actions and Reactions when you hear the doorbell go off, followed by the voice of your master in your head. Marty, come to my study and bring our guest with you.
I don't say anything, but I just.
This is kind of irritating for you. Your room is about halfway up the spire, and
Yeah,
you know that his study is decently close to the top, and the gate is at the bottom, so this means you have to go all the way downstairs.
yeah. So I climb out of my nice lounge chair, and
Um, I apologize also. Would you like to describe Marty?
yeah, as Marty stands up and stretches for a moment, you see that this is a probably an average sized dragonborn. At his full height is probably around 6'5", maybe. But as he assumes his normal like hunched position, he squats down a few inches, and you see this like old dragonborn who would at some day and age probably had a very dark green, like hunter's green, like scale coloring. And as time is worn on, like the edges are starting to just gray out. He's wearing these very nice, like studious clothes, almost like Ted Mosby, like professor style.
Yeah.
And he's got a bit of a like gut on him, sticks out. He's got a little bit of weight on him. He's a chubby boy, and then he's got these rose like colored like glasses that sit on his snout and like are probably halfway down, and like his big black eyes speckled with gold sit behind them, and he picks up his intricately carved walking stick and begins making his way down the stairs, just mumbling about his old bones.
So yeah, you make your way down several flights of stairs um, to the ground level of the spell Steel Spire, and you walk over and pull the lever. There's a grinding of gears and cogs, as you know several magical mechanisms are shifting behind the walls. That the main gates to the tower slide open. Think, like automatic, like grocery store doors that just slide to the side. Except these giant gates just slide into the side of this metal tower. And Marty, you are faced with Voldemir.
hey, so I got this flyer from a bar.
Yeah, I don't care. Come on. And I just turn around and start walking back up the stairs.
Um,
Before you go on, DM, just so you know, my video is not showing up on Twitch.
I don't
Like,
see your video. Um,
yeah,
Now it
like
is.
Twitch.
It's
There we
because
go.
you had turned it off, so it turned off,
Cool.
and then I have to re-pop Discord up for it to update again when you turn your video on.
So I just wanted to let you know.
I thought your video was not here. That is good to know. Thank you.
Yes.
Um, you lead Voldemir again up several flights of stairs, probably, 5-6 minutes of climbing, before you make it to the private study of Master Rosloff on one of the uppermost floors of the tower. Small chamber with bookcases lining the back wall, the other three sides made of some form of transparent crystal or stone that offer a sweeping view over the roofs of Erglands. You can see smokestacks in the distance in the the workers district where all the factories and warehouses are. Um,
Wow.
and
You-
And even beyond that, you can see over the walls of Erglands to the deep, thick forest that surrounds. Um,
I think Voldemir would like go and take in the sight for just a second.
the sun is
Ah,
bright
this
in the clear sky. I apologize. Go ahead.
place really is magic or something.
Does this you said you're a smaller person, right?
Yeah, he's like 4'2".
Okay, are you a dwarf?
Yes.
Okay, I missed that. I apologize. But is there anything that looks like it has value on this person as he's distracted by the view?
Can I ask the same thing?
The
My
answers probably vary. I am purely going off of descriptions you guys have given me in the character art we have. I imagine that Voldemir, your answer is he looks like he's probably wearing decently nice clothes. He has this very nicely carved arcane staff, and knowing Kyle, if I'm not mistaken, he probably has a pouch somewhere. Actually, probably has two separate pouches because one of them is for gold and one is for other things. Am I incorrect?
there are two. There's one obvious pouch at his side, and then yes, there are others.
Um, Whereas
Yeah.
Voldemir, your stuff is kind of worn out. What you have of value on you obviously is still there. I just, as your DM, don't personally know what you are carrying on you.
He would be equipped with a warhammer. He'd be wearing his scale mail. He'd probably be in his adventuring gear because he just came from the pub. So he'd be in his scale mail. He'd have a warhammer, a explorer's pack. Just basically like your basic explorer.
I was gonna say you look like a worn and decently traveled, if not slightly young for a dwarf, if I'm not mistaken, traveler.
I think he's 30.
Right, which I think makes you like a teenager in dwarf years. Kyle, you're the expert.
Right.
Oh yeah, you're young. You are young and
Little boy.
I you see, if you notice at all, but you would see that Marty would almost like 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 just snort exhale out his nose and look down at you before he goes and takes place at the side of the desk of this person.
There isn't a desk,
Oh, well, wherever.
actually. Instead, there are two soft armchairs near a lit fireplace that crackles merrily. You notice a third wooden chair has been drawn up between the two chairs, and there is an individual standing before the fireplace.
I will
Yeah,
head that.
it's an alright view. It relaxes me, makes it easier to read. Please, both of you, have a seat. And he gestures towards the chairs, waiting for you each to choose one.
You hear Marty just as he sits down.
And
Is there a
Voldemir will
particular chair Marty goes to?
One of the most comfortable looking chair.
Okay.
Voldemir will sit directly opposite.
Master Roslov just kind of looks at Marty before taking the wooden chair for himself. And he looks over and he says, actually, give me a wisdom saving throw, Voldemir.
Okay.
Just for mechanical purposes. You feel something brushing the surface of your mind, and just as you're about to speak, Master Roslov turns and says, Voldemir, right?
Yeah.
He then turns to Marty. Voldemir here has answered a request I posted in a local tavern. And,
Oh yeah, I got that flyer right here.
and he kind of gives you a pointed look, Marty, and he says, since you were incapable of completing the task I gave you last week, I decided to ask for some help for you, so that maybe with some assistance you may be able to complete it.
Maybe.
Well, what was the task?
He kind of looks at Marty and says, I'm gonna give you more information than I did last time as well.
Oh, that seems helpful.
So I am requesting both of your assistance in this. And yes, I am asking this of you, but let me explain. He kind of pauses and takes a drink of wine from a glass that he just kind of conjures from thin air and smacks his lips a bit. Ah, that's better. Long time ago, before either of you were thoughts in your parents' heads, I came from another place. A realm from far, far away known as Prismere. It was here that I met a powerful woman named Zabilna. She enjoyed my company and I enjoyed her gifts. Over time, we became close, and she offered me some of her power through a pact, and I accepted. I left her realm to spread her influence and bring news from afar, but lately I've been unable to contact her. For perhaps a year or so, my news has gone unanswered. Due to the terms of the pact we've made, I cannot return to Prismere myself. But I do know for a fact that there is a portal hidden somewhere inside the Witchlight Carnival. Yes, Marty, the carnival you failed to successfully infiltrate last week.
I mean, it's a bit harder than you'd think.
He suddenly gets very stern as he looks at you, Marty. I've laid it out honest for the world to see. I'm asking you to go to the carnival, find the portal, and figure out what's become of Zabilna. Will you both do this for me?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I felt kind of drawn here. And I got some business I gotta take care of at the carnival myself, so I'm heading that way. If you want to travel together, we can look for this, portal or whatnot. What exactly are you offering me here?
I myself can offer you little without Zabilna's assistance. But if something has befallen her, or our connection has been severed and you are able to return it, I assure you she will reward you greatly. And he looks over at Marty. And besides, perhaps you can find what you've lost on the way.
Now, I'm inclined to say yes. But you're not really doing anything for me right now.
Give me a persuasion check.
That's how he gets you.
Oh, I apologize. Let me respond. Are you still on roll 20 on yours, Christian?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well round.
Christian, are you still on your roll 20?
Yes, he said.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
There you go. He looks and he says, fine. I don't have much right now. As I've said, I've been strained as of late for about a year or so. And he pulls out 2 pouches of gold and he says, I will give you each 25 gold pieces now, and 3 times that if you can successfully figure out what's become of Zabilna and bring news of her to me.
Now I'm very inclined to say yes, and he'll take the gold.
As you're saying that, you just see that, like, quicker than he's moved up until this point, you've seen this, like, old dragonborn. Marty is up and snatches the pouch and is already moving towards the door.
You both can add 25 gold pieces to your inventory, and as you make your way toward the door and out of the spire, Marty, you know the way to... Yes? Huh?
Is the door closed?
There isn't. His study actually, is just an opening off the landing.
Right. Then I proceed.
As you guys proceed, the scene sort of swirls to smoke, obscuring you guys as Marty leads Voldemir again to the carnival that Marty visited last week. And yes, as you mentioned, Voldemir, you do have vague recollections of 8 years ago, or no, for you it was like 24 we said, wasn't it? Yeah, for you it was a long time ago being there as a really baby, tiny dwarf. You don't remember a ton of details. You remember whimsy and fun, and then your life being changed forever.
Yep.
Um, but as we flip, Gus, Brick, would you guys like to describe yourselves as we open our scene overlooking the carnival?
There we go. Gus is a young satyr, standing 5'3" and 130 pounds, with almond skin and golden hazel eyes. He often has a very vacant look on his freckle-covered face. His head is covered in a short mop of curly brown hair, with his not fully formed horns poking out a few inches and starting to curl out into the side. Several of his locks have beads, flowers, and other small trinkets wrapped in. On his chest, he wears a white collared button down. Atop that, he wears a fine vest of thick, dark brown leather armor with matching braces on his forearms. There's a few pouches and pockets with a few daggers and small knives. A small, multicolored toadstool attached to a string hangs from his neck, giving off a very faint glow. He wears a nice, colorful sash across his waist. A few trinkets and dangles hang from it. He doesn't wear anything on his lower body, leaving his legs and hooves exposed. And on his legs are a few more leather straps with holstered blades.
Cool, cool, cool. I'm not hearing you, Brick.
My bad. Brick Umberlight is a young fire genasi. He's 5'11", and 195 pounds. His skin tone is black or dark gray. He has kind of a golden complexion. And from afar, his skin looks like coal unless he moisturized that day. Then it looks like like shiny graphite. Um, the areas where sinew and muscles meet kind of they glow a bit under his skin to make it look like there's magma flowing underneath it. But otherwise, he has an angular face with medium length hair on the top, and he wears it in multiple hairstyles. Today, it's pulled back into a faux hawk, and it's a series. It starts dark at black and browns, and then it moves to fiery oranges, reds, blues, and purples and pinks at the ends. And he wears kind of just like leather pants with a couple of leather belts across it, some uh, some leather shoes or leather boots, and he typically wears a vest with his leather jacket on top. He's kind of edgy.
That's Brick.
Kind of.
And now that the characters have been introduced, Kyle, what's Haven's Twitch?
New Haven.
Just New Haven?
Let me double check.
Lost Haven on Twitter. We're about to shout him out. Did all of our character art, super awesome. Check him out, show him some love. Very quick, super easy to work with, able to make adjustments.
At Lost Haven Art.
Okay.
Definitely check them out. Lost Haven.
Is that
Art.
the Twitter or the Twitch?
The Twitter is.
I wanted the Twitch.
I don't actually know. Haven's Twitch.
Nope. I have it. We'll figure it out. Oh, am I just thinking of DM Studios that he does stuff with?
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe he doesn't have a Twitch. He tweets with DMDM Studios.
Okay.
But check him out on Twitter at Lost Haven Art.
Here, we'll.
It's great. It looks exactly how I wanted Marty to look like. Marty the Magnificent.
Um, but yes, as the smoke clears, we see a look over the carnival. A few hours have passed. Brick and Marty and Voldemir are making their way to the carnival as we speak. And you, Gus, and Brick are seeing sort of shifts focus and goes out of the starry sky over this brightly lit tent and carnival being set up and getting ready to you guys. And you have been called in front of, it's effectively like the shift manager. There's hundreds of Witchlight hands, and this is essentially the guy who gives you your jobs for the day, what stall you're working at or whatever. And you both today, when everyone started getting ready, had received a note to come and see him. So, sorry, go ahead.
So, got this fine note here, and I was told that I was supposed to come and see you, fine fella. How are you doing today?
You guys approach, Pax, this guy is actually a pixie that floats. So he kind of floats as he looks at you and he goes, so listen, Bricks, we thought we was going to have more room, but those knobs up at the city kind of threw a cog in the works there. So you're going to have tonight off. You too, Gus. And Gus, the way they was acting, you probably should stick close to home tonight. And
I was gonna say I like the sound of that. I thought I was gonna get boned in this situation. So where's the catch here?
he kind of gives you, Brick, a meaningful look. What's your passive perception, Gus?
You ain't gonna make it, money.
Huh?
15.
15? Oof. So you definitely hear, as he sort of leans over and under his breath to Brick goes, hey, Brick, I don't know how well you know Gus, but he kind of gets lost sometimes. Do me a favor, make sure he don't get into trouble. I'd hate for those bastards from the city to do something to him.
So are you, like, oiling my fire here?
I mean, what do you want? You want one of the workers like you to get hurt, wander off? I'm asking you to do me a favor, Brick.
I mean, I don't really do those for free.
What do you want this time?
Well, say that you'll just take over my duties for breaking down Carnival for this time, and we'll call it even.
Out of character, for you Witchlight hands, you would know that setup and teardown is very simple, mainly because while you guys don't have very much interaction, you know that Mr. Witch has a stopwatch that tells him when the carnival starts and when it ends. And when it starts and he clicks it, it unveils and a forest glade unveils and appears and sets it. Basically, it does itself. All the different Witchlight hands really do is man the different stands and carnival events and things like that to keep it going, and take turns doing shows in the big top whenever they choose to take part.
So then he would instead ask for the most expensive bottle of wine that you can find up in the town.
Brick, they turned us away at the gates. I haven't been to the city. But, and he kind of turns and goes digging in his pocket, and he pulls out. It is here. Hang on, sorry.
Oh shit, there's stuff.
He pulls out a bottle of Witchlight wine, which he gives to you. It is a green bottle that looks to be a wine bottle. piece of paper with artwork of the carnival, of the big top tent in the background with lights is on it. You would know as a Witchlight hand that once it is uncorked, it plays Calliope music until the bottle is emptied of wine.
It's Calliope.
Calliope music. I apologize. You had told me that when I was telling you about it before. And he says, here, I don't got no fancy rich people wine from the city, but we got enough of this. You can, and you know it is wine. And he's like, wait a minute. You're not like, you can handle this, right?
Of course.
Look, just don't get yourselves into trouble. You know, you can go to the front and get tickets if you want to take part in the carnival events, or just, like I said, I'd recommend hanging out around here.
And Brick like wraps his fingers around the bottle and like takes it away from him first and like makes it disappear under his jacket. He's like, deal made. However, I should warn you that like Trouble is my third middle name.
Gus, what are you doing during all of this? You hear all of this with your 15 passive perception. Like Pax tried to be sneaky, but you also know that you have a reputation.
Gus is just kind of staring at it all, not really taking any of it in. But he does take in the fact that he slips him a bottle of wine. And as they start gathering their stuff and getting ready to go, he kind of, well, you're gonna need to sweeten the pot for me too. I want your left shoe.
Pax looks at you and he's like, why my left shoe?
I like it.
Why not the pair?
I just want the left one.
Pax, give him your left shoe.
Give me a persuasion check and you can have advantage because Brick is helping you.
Pax, give him your left shoe.
You can have it back later.
Dude, you have a 7 to persuasion.
Wait, how do you have a 7 to... Aren't you a freaking ranger? What is this nonsense?
It's the feat that you gave me.
Oh, it lets you use wisdom?
Yeah, but I also don't have any natural exploration ability, so.
Okay, which makes sense for your character. Okay, Pax just kind of starts grumbling to himself, and he takes it and just throws at you and says, "Get out of here! I gotta figure the rest of this out." Starts going away. If listen, Sandy the Swan singing, but run at the, and he kind of just hovers away.
What does the shoe smell like?
It smells like pixie foot. It smells like sweat and foot. I should clarify, as a pixie, I picture him as the like stereotypical like carnival like large stomach, white tank top, but a pixie who's floating, so it's also all small scale, you know?
And I take this pixie shoe and I immediately tie it to my belt with my other trinkets.
In my mind, it smells like stale icing.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
So,
Oh no. Oh no.
I assume, where would you guys like to go from here?
I have no idea. I just start wandering.
Gus was it? Don't we? Gus was it? I think. So we're supposed to stick together. Shouldn't we go get some tickets first?
Brick, was it? That's your name, right?
The one and only Umberlight.
Where's the ticket booth?
Don't you work here?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'll show you. It's this way. Come on. And Brick pops out his chest and like just like grabs you by the wrist and like starts dragging you towards the ticket booth.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know whether he's like, wait, so you're telling me that you work here and you don't know where the ticket booth is?
Yeah,
Are
is
you
that strange?
Is that strange?
a little bit? Are you new? Well,
Oh,
I've seen you
I've been
around
here
before.
for
But you
8 years, I think.
and you don't know where the ticket booth is.
No,
Do you know where? So what do you do here?
I never bought a ticket. I throw knives.
Uh-huh. Have you ever hit anyone with your knives? Is that part of your act?
I mean, it's not part of the act. I mean, I don't think I've ever hit anyone on not well. I mean, not when I wasn't intending to.
Do you not remember?
I mean,
Because I feel like hitting someone with a knife is pretty big.
I've thrown a lot of knives over 8 years. I don't
Okay,
always
so
remember
there's
knives.
no way. No, okay, it's possible. I don't really pay attention to a lot of other people. But how have we been here the same amount of years, and this is the first time that we've like interacted?
I assume you guys probably have interacted just based off what you guys had told me. You guys didn't really like hang out frequently. Like you guys, yes, have worked here for 8 years together. You have
No.
crossed paths.
Rick, 100%. He's one of those self-centered people that's just like I don't pay attention to other people if you're not around me long like
Yeah.
for repeated. So he like 100%. You could see him. He could see you and talk to you every day, and he still wouldn't know who you are.
Honestly, I only spend a couple hours at the carnival a day. I try to leave every day, and somehow I just end up back here.
Uh-huh.
So,
So,
I really-
wait, are you telling me that you're a prisoner of the carnival?
I mean,
And you see Brick get like unusually like not like detached from the conversation as he's looking for the ticket booth.
And as you're looking, you guys make your way to the front of the big top. Brick, you know that this is basically there's like the entrance that leads to the main thoroughfare of the carnival, and the big top sits directly across from the entrance in the center. In fact, I will now reveal the map that you guys, the players, can see. For your reference, you also have character tokens if you drag your character sheet onto the map. That I believe each of you individually has control of your character sheet. If someone needs extra control, let me know. But
I
but
may be
so-
blind here, but I don't see the map.
did I not move the? I did not move the players. Let me move you to the map. You were on the open screen. How about now?
Yeah.
Gracias.
I'm sorry. So yeah, you guys are like right about here. In the center here. Ticket booth and entrance being up here. So you guys see this as you're kind of getting to this point in the conversation. After leaving the staff area, you made your way around. And as you spot it, Brick, you sort of pull Gus along again, as you were doing previously. I don't know if Kyle's there. His video went black. But as you two approach is also around the same time that Voldemir and Marty are getting to the front of the ticket line. The four of you.
Brick doesn't like wait. He like 100% cuts the line, like goes straight to
Oh
the
yeah,
front.
I picture like they're walking up and you just kind of drag Gus and walk up at the same time as them. And as you guys approach, you both, along with Marty and Voldemir, are getting ready for the evening. Oh wait, nope. Where were we? Okay, here we go. You see the entrance to the carnival. You do know that if you want to do anything, you need a ticket, which they can punch. You as a hand get them free. They can be retrieved at the entrance. You guys are going, and you guys approach. A silver statue of a dancing fairy is mounted on the roof of this ticket booth and surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky with shooting stars shooting across it. An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter, kind of peering at you quizzically through a spyglass. He lowers the spyglass and calls out to you, "Greetings, fairgoers. Come to the carnival, have you?"
I don't know where we are.
Haha, that's not true. We actually work here. You don't recognize me? I'm the great Brick Umberlight. And like as he says that, like he'll cast a prestidigitation to kind of like light up his face and make like little like wispy ghost wisps appear next to his face.
At the mention of your name, his eyebrow kind of shoots up. You said Umberlight? And he sort of
That's
pulls
correct.
out like an ear trumpet that he turns to you to listen.
That's correct.
Oh, well that's different. What? And he looks at the rest of you. What are the rest of your names?
Oh, only this one's with me. I don't know who these guys are. They weren't with me a second ago.
Whoa.
They call me Gus, Fun Gus. I
Fun
think it's
Gus.
like having a good time.
He looks at the two others.
They call me Marty the Magnificent. I've come to apply for a job.
Well, you'll have to buy a ticket to get it. Oh, wait, you said Marty? Crap.
Barley.
And he looks at the last guy and he goes, so, I guess that makes you Voldemir Delvestone?
Yeah.
1 second. And he kind of turns around. You hear rumbling as he like moves a couple of metal boxes. You assume there's like a money box and like a ticket box. And you hear them rattle. Then he pulls out a third box and he goes in and he pulls out a ticket for each of you. And he says, yeah, these were already paid for each of you. Got your names and everything. And he hands each of you a ticket. I believe I also have a handout for this.
My secretary called ahead for us. Excellent. My assistant Voldemir here will come with me.
That's
Maybe I don't.
interesting.
I
I didn't think we reserved tickets. We just decided to come up here. Maybe Pax did it for us.
Pax. You mean the shift manager? He's never done anything for anyone in his life.
Well, he gave us the night. Oh, I guess he didn't do that for us.
You guys also know there are hundreds of Witchlight hands. Like, you guys do get nights off every now and then. But he says, yeah, they wanted to remain anonymous, but someone bought you all tickets, so here you go. And
Wait, when you say you all bought us all tickets together as a group?
yeah, named you 4 by name.
Oh, that's exciting. I wonder
My dear sir, I've never seen these two gentlemen before a day in my life. Wait, you are gentlemen, right? And he points at Marty.
Yes, of course I'm a gentleman. How dare you?
Yeah, I've never seen these gentlemen a day in my life before.
Well,
I don't know what you want me to tell you, Brick.
Excuse me, I have a carnival to attend, and I will push past into the carnival. I didn't get a handout for the ticket, by the way.
Yeah, I can't find it. I don't think there is a ticket one.
Oh, no worries.
yeah, I'm with him, so I'm gonna be with him. But yeah, it sounds like you should be with us, so I'm gonna be with him now.
Do you sir, know more than those 2 words?
He does not respond.
So
Well, Brick,
he
I think
kind of
these guys are much cooler than you, so I'm gonna head with them. They seem like they know you.
Oh, excuse you? Did you just say they're much cooler than me?
You kind of cramping my style, Brick.
You don't have a style.
so
Bye.
the old goat goblin kind of pushes
The
his
old
way
goat.
in again, and he goes, "So, what are you guys most excited to ride?"
Yo,
Hold on, my good sir. And you see Brick like make a weird hand, and he's gonna make like a mage hand and like tug at Fungus.
Fungus. Fungus among us.
And is this like a contested grapple or what?
No, Mage Hand doesn't have that capability. It can only lift like 5 pounds, so it's just like a tugging on your collar.
Don't do that. That's no. Stop it. Get off me.
You're not supposed to be. We're here together.
And like I said, you're cramping my style.
I said you don't have a style. You're not supposed to be leaving my sight. I was told to watch you. And the goblin has more to say.
To backflip away.
Backflip.
And it doesn't work. Very well. See, look what you're doing. You made me fall. Brick. I'm going with these fine fellas. You can either join me.
Did you ask them if they wanted you to go with them? They might not even want you to go with them.
I don't care.
But hey, we are Umberlight. We are Witchlight hands. We have to respect consent.
Well, Mr. Hand, I am Fun Gus, and I am having a good time on my night off.
Voldemir, are you
Brick
still
rolled his
standing
eyes
near
at
the
the
ticket
goblin.
booth, or did you walk away?
We're still standing. Oh, I'm still standing there. I'll roll my eyes at the goblin and like shrug, and then just like saunter away. But like he saunters away in like that slow, like I'm cool, hair flippy kind of way.
Voldemir?
I followed
Marty?
Marty.
Okay. I just wanted to check. Brick knows this anyways as a Witchlight hand who doesn't get lost everywhere he goes. So Brick, you know the information on the map. So as you all catch up to each other, you're making your way down the thoroughfare. You hear sweet music dancing on the air as you make your way down. Brick and Gus heard this coming through and know the Calliope is there. But for Voldemir and Marty, as you guys are making your way forward, a merry tune spills forth from an instrument on the back of a brightly colored painted wagon. A monkey wearing a cloak covered in buttons turns a handle at the wagon's rear, sending music into the air from rows of golden whistles on it. As you watch, a goblin dressed as the ladybug toddles up to you, rattling a tin cup.
Did you say a monkey was doing this?
Yes. And as you get near, the monkey kind of turns to you and opens its mouth, and it says, "Spare button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. I offer nothing in its place besides a smile on my face." And it just smiles up to you, the other goblin kind of hopping forward with its ladybug wings.
Did I experience this the first time I came through here?
Yeah, you would have walked past the Calliope here.
What, do I know that this is this monkey actually talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending on
actually
you,
want
the
a
character, if you
button?
would have stopped to try and talk or anything, you would find out what Brick and Gus likely know. This is Ernest the monkey and Marigold the ladybug. Marigold sort of hops up to you guys as you guys get near and rattles the cup a little more and goes, "Spare button, spare button."
Like they actually want a button.
Yeah, the monkey literally has a bunch of like buttons sewn onto its cloak that it holds off as it says its little poem.
No, don't
And
give me the buttons. Give me the buttons.
Well, I only have so many buttons. I still need to do my jacket up.
Yeah, give them to me.
Listen, he asked first, all right? So
I mean, we're friends.
what?
Wait,
I
yeah.
just met you. I just met him. We're both friends. He wanted my button first. What's the big deal? He'll cut off a button and he'll throw it in the cup.
Ugh.
Okay.
I think it would be like a toggle instead because he's wearing his scale mail. I don't know. Maybe he would have changed into his like normal traveler's clothes.
Sorry.
No. I pass by. I don't have any buttons.
You don't?
Nope.
Okay. Does anyone else?
And even if I did, they would be my buttons, and I would.
I try to swipe the cup of buttons. Or I try to swipe buttons from the cup.
Give me a sleight of hand check. At disadvantage, just because, like, you're in the open directly in front of this guy, this goblin.
Well, I'm gonna, like, take a button off and pretend to drop it in and try and grab some out.
Okay, I'll let you do it at normal.
I would probably be in the middle of saying to can I? It's Voldemir, right? Okay,
Yes.
Voldemir. I'd probably be in this middle of saying like Voldemir, like, yeah, the last time I was here, I got caught just taking something. So be careful what you see here.
I gave him a button, so I'm giving stuff away. I'm not worried about it.
Come on, at least dance along if you don't have a button to spare. What's the matter? You got 2 left feet? The goblin kind of just keeps heckling you. Did you roll? I didn't get it. I might
I
need.
did. It was a 7. It's bad.
Oh.
Oh,
So you sort of go to do this, and you do actually end up knocking the cup over. And Marigold kind of is like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he sort of waves you away, so you're unable to like swipe any of the buttons, and you actually do end up dropping the one you were fake dropping in.
Aww.
And he's sort of like, "Hey, thanks for the donation, but you guys can get out of here now, since the rest of you are a bunch of cheapskates." And he sort of just keeps cajoling you guys. You continue forward.
Look at me. I don't really have a button to give you.
Well, that's a shame. I really wish you would have given me that button. But, off we go. And I just start wandering in a random direction.
Wait, what's the deal with the buttons?
What? Steve, I need you to point out where what is in Discord for you.
The image, the original image that you shared in Discord.
Like the removed background one?
Either one. I don't have either one. I bombed my computer and I can't find the image in the recovered files.
It's coming through in Discord.
Sorry. I was
No.
trying to be on it because I wasn't.
You're good. Moldy cheer, Goldie beard. So as you guys continue forward, you begin passing several smaller stalls with various games, some of them selling treats and things. It appears everything seems to be cost. You see people walking up and getting their ticket punched, and then they'll throw a couple rings at a, I believe it's an alicorn. Let me pull up the handout quick. Sorry guys, there's kind of a lot here.
You're good.
I understand.
And I'm sorry, in Al Mirage, there are some, like I said, some stalls selling what appear to be some kind of cupcakes or candied apples, large cookies. They also have bottles of of the Witchlight wine you see, and all of these things they're selling are also what seem to be available as prizes for all of the games.
As a hand, like a carnival hand, do I get charged for the food and stuff, or
Yes,
Oh,
yes. You
do
know
I have-
that you could wander the carnival if you wanted, really, and nothing would happen. But to take part in any of the events or any of the stalls or anything, you do need a ticket to get punched. And you would also know that each ticket is good. I believe it is for 7 punches.
and they only gave us one, but you can get more.
That is correct. Technically, you can go and buy more tickets if you would like.
I think DM that I would have definitely the first time I was here got distracted by the Hall of Illusions, and so that's where I would head again.
Okay. So you having been here a week ago, you make your way up, ignoring the small stalls. As you walk, you hear the sound of children playing off behind the small stalls, and you can see some children running around with what appears to be some kind of large cat with two tails. Um, but as you guys are sitting there and walking through, Marty kind of starts walking a bit faster as he comes up and starts to curl around up here off towards the Hall of Illusions. What are the rest of you doing?
Voldemir would try to catch up to him and be like,
Sorry about that.
Hey, what's the deal, old man? You were here a week ago. You haven't told me much. I'm just following you around. I feel like a chicken with its head cut off. What are we doing?
It's good. That's right where I want you. Well, really, I don't know. I don't. I wasn't paying attention.
So I shouldn't have been following you this whole time, is what you're saying.
Well, I'll tell you that I'm here on a mission, and I'm gonna do it.
Okay, you're sounding like you might be a little senile. You a little checked out upstairs, old man?
I would watch who you're calling senile. And a little like noxious smoke comes out of his nostrils.
Brick, Gus, are you still just following Marty wherever he goes?
I'm like watching this dragon man with wonder.
Oh, I also apologize because as you're making your way to the front and Marty starts wandering off, Gus, what you actually probably end up getting distracted by, and you're still somewhat, you've seen it before, but where is it? Carnival Ends. Here it is. Come on, Roll20. What's the holdup, bud?
It's being slow right now.
It's a Saturday night. We'll
Yeah,
try and refresh the page, which is going to be a nightmare. I apologize, stream. You know what? We've been going an hour.
While you're doing that, yes, I had something taken from me last time I was here, and I intend to get it back.
Ooh, you lost something.
"What
You
you
know,
mean, like 2 weeks ago?"
Like a week ago.
That's, one time I was here at the carnival, and this gentleman, he was looking in the grass, and he told me he lost something. He told me he lost his glass eye, and I helped him look, for hours, and we didn't find his glass eye, but I found this real neat marble in the grass. Did you lose a glass eye, perhaps?
What? I'm sorry. What about a glass eye?
Exactly.
No, I lost. I lost something very important to me. I have both my eyes.
Did you? I mean, you seem like you could have lost a lot of stuff. Are you like? When you say something important to you, can you be a slight more specific?
I look around. Are there a lot of people around us?
There are various people. It's pretty early in. And looking around, you can see, let me see if I can open it now. There we go, carnival events.
He
events.
like leans in very close and motions you all in.
Gus gets far too close.
As Gus, as you get close, you smell like roasted garlic and liver, like that's just out of his breath. And he says, "I lost my wand."
Is that a euphemism?
No. You see, I'm a great wizard, and I need my wand.
Oh.
Uh-huh. This guy's nuts.
You're nuts,
I'm-
bucko.
I'm slowly figuring that out. Anyway, we can find that. We're also here for something else.
Is it a glass eye?
Not a glass eye. Interesting.
As you guys are saying this, Gus, you get distracted by a 12-foot walking tree garlanded in golden ribbons marching down the thoroughfare. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree and rain down golden spinning sycamore seeds. You see several people jumping, trying to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. As they gently fall, a chatty squirrel kind of scampers. You can see scampering along the boughs of the tree, handing dandelions to select passersby. I do imagine you would have spent a decent amount of time with who you are when you were at the carnival with these individuals. You would know this is Northwind, the tree ant, and Red, the squirrel.
Wow.
And it just walks, like I said, it's walking down, and this fog is swirling. It's twilight at this point. The sky is kind of purpling, pink, getting
Can I-
darker.
Catch one of the fruits?
Sure.
Yeah, I would like to mage hand one as well.
You can both give me dexterity checks. You, Brick, if you would like, can use your spellcasting ability instead.
Probably lands on my head.
1. Yeah, you're trying to jump and grab them,
That's a
and
base of 10.
and you cannot seem to just grab them. Every time you like close your hands, you know how like dandelion seeds kind of float and sycamore seeds are the same. They're kind of thin and just kind of float. So every time you like swipe to grab one, it just kind of swirls away from you. What you said, a base of 10. What do you mean?
Sorry, I meant a total of 10.
Oh, I mean this would it's do you have proficiency in Oh, I see. No, it's just an ability check. That's fair. Okay. I would actually say you can both probably add proficiency, but I think you both still managed to just miss them.
I mean, I rolled a cat one, so.
Yeah.
That is with my proficiency. The +3 is with my proficiency. I am proficient in sleight of hand.
You mean +4? You have a 2 + 2?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So as you guys are missing these, the tree ant kind of stops and looks down and he goes,
Oh no, I have a 2
"It's
plus 1.
okay, guys. Here." And he kind of leans down and holds out a dandelion that he hands to each of you. And he says, they say if you make a wish before blowing on these, it comes true.
I grab one and immediately blow on it.
Anyone who is blowing and making a wish, I need you to whisper me the, what's it called? What your wish is.
You see Brick like look around for a few moments and then just like turn away from all of you guys and just like I fall really silent.
So I have Marty so far. Is anyone else?
Gus inhales as he's making a wish.
And a few of them go in and he kind of coughs, blowing them out.
But he doesn't think of a wish.
Oh, okay.
Did I overhear that? That line about the dandelions and the wishes and whatnot?
Yeah, he leaned down and said that to you guys as a group when he saw Gus and Brick missing the sycamore seeds. And he kind of...
Then yeah, Voldemir will take one as well.
Okay. Same thing. You can whisper me if you just type /whisper Don and start typing my name, it'll come up. Welcoming ceremony.
Does anyone call it the tree's name?
Northwind.
North Wind.
And after like some time, like you finally, you don't see Brick blow it. You just kind of see Brick hold it up, and like the seeds just like blow away.
Treewind kind of looks and he goes, "Did that goblin at the front gate forget to give you guys your wings?" And he sort of like, you see the squirrel kind of scampering through his bows, kind of come down, and you see him holding what appear. One second. Okay, thank you guys. There's a lot of things I have to track in chapter 1. But you see Red the squirrel kind of scamper down holding fake pixie wings that he comes down, he's like, "Yeah, you guys know the deal." He looks at Gus and Brick. He's like, "You guys know the deal. Everyone's supposed to wear these. It's part of the fun of the carnival, right?" So, and he holds them up to you guys. There's a pair for each of you 4. And as you look around, you do now realize that every single fairgoer just about is wearing them, as well as all of the Witchlight hands.
Brick takes it and like looks at them in a very like downturn downward way. He goes, "This is so not the mood." And he like sighs and just like ties it so that they're kind of like askew over his back.
Okay.
I put them on.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. This is high fashion.
Did Gus put them on as well?
They are currently tangled in my horns.
How did you even manage to, never mind.
Northwind looks, "We've got to keep going, guys. But you can catch us over at the Dragonfly rides if you stop by later. It's pretty cool."
Where is that?
Gus, you work, never mind.
Wait. Yeah, but where is that though?
Northwind's like, he kind of turns behind the direction he goes and he points off, sort of in line with the ticket booth, but on the northern end over here on the map, if you guys can see my ping. And he's like, "We're over on the pond right by the feasting orchard. It's nice, you go on a fly, get some exhilaration, and then you stop and eat custards. I think we're even doing a custard eating contest today, Gus."
They
Where?
had me at hello. Say less.
And he just he says, "Okay, we've got to keep going though. See you later, guys." And he just starts walking away.
That was the coolest squirrel I have ever met. Hands down.
You met multiple squirrels.
I believe the tree was doing most of the talking.
Are you guys still making your way to the Hall of Illusions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys keep walking. You walk along the thoroughfare, and one of the first things you come along, other than another set of some small stalls here, you near the tent, Marty, you know this is the Hall of Illusions, as would Brick. Once seeing it, Gus, even if you don't know where it is, you've probably punched tickets outside of this stand at a time or another. You guys know of the Hall of Illusions. Why is my thing small? Okay. Wait, is this...
I think I've been here before.
As you guys approach, A wooden mannequin of a grinning, raven-haired young woman in witch's attire and a green flowing cape hovers inside a glass cabinet. At the top of the cabinet, a sign reads, Tasha the Wizard, known for her hideous laughter. Nearby, a halfling couple holds hands as they approach the glass cabinet. One of the halflings is wearing butterfly face paint. As he drops to one knee and pulls a small box from his pocket, his sweetheart bursts into laughter and begins rolling on the ground. The other halfling in face paint begins sobbing and darts into the nearby tent past a mime without getting his ticket punched.
Whoops.
What would you all like to do?
So, anyways, as I was saying...
That
this
being
is
said,
where-
also, can you all give me a history check?
Oh, boy.
Nice.
Gus, you're having a rough night, man.
Came in like a nat 20.
I'm gonna go talk to the woman laughing on the ground.
Wait.
That is fun. I need to look something up quick, sorry.
As I was saying, this is the last place I would remember. And I lost someone stole my wand, I think. Well, actually, I know. So, yes.
Was it lost or stolen?
Because, yeah, you said you lost it.
Gus,
Nice.
I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Also,
Wow,
Are you?
both. Wow, Voldemir. I don't know why you've heard of this individual, and if I'm honest, I haven't figured out how they fit into my world fully. Brick, it makes sense for you to have heard this. Oof. I will get to you in a second, Gus. But both of you have heard tales of Tasha the Wizard. She was a very, very powerful wizard, wrote her own book. And you actually know that both of you with natural 20s actually know that Tasha was a fake name she used. Reputedly, it was said that Tasha was really Igwilv the Witch Queen, a legendary archmage. And as you two are having this realization, Gus falls to the ground laughing as he approaches the woman rolling on the ground laughing. Oof, and she continues laughing as well.
Is your friend okay?
You both also with your natural 20 would know that one of the things Tasha is the most famous for is actually inventing a relatively common low-level spell that I believe you both actually have access to if you so choose, which is Tasha's Hideous Laughter that causes anyone to go into uncontrollable fits of laughter. Let me double check because I believe there's a way to just end it.
they have to drop concentration.
Creature with intelligence score 4 at the end of each of its turns. So basically every 6 seconds they keep trying. If you guys were to trigger it by damage, you guys would know that it can help people get out if they take damage. They have an easier time breaking the spell.
I'll walk over toward. No, I won't walk over towards. I don't have any combat spells.
You don't
As
need...
soon as you get close to me, I sit up. Hey,
Yeah, about 10 seconds later, Gus sits up, sort of catching his breath, and she ends up passing with that as well. And so does the other one, sort of, oh my god, where'd Ruben go? Did you guys see where he went? You have to get him. He doesn't understand. I don't know what came over me.
what did he show you? That was so funny. I came over to ask.
He proposed to me, and I don't know what happened. It was like magic. I couldn't help myself. I fell over laughing.
That's hilarious. That's actually really funny.
Please, you have to hurry and find him. Where did
I
he
have
go?
no idea where he went.
And you see Brick literally hiding his the lower half of his face and stifling the worst laughter ever.
Voldemir is also smirking and grinning from like ear to ear, but even though it never breaks, he's just like this very thinly pressed line gets even thinner and like more sunken.
I mean, I would love to find him, but I don't know where he is. I don't know where I am actually.
Miss, so it would be nothing for the great Brick Umberlight to find your, what was his name?
Reuben.
Reuben. However, um, what are we talking about for payment here?
Payment? I mean, he can't have got far. He can't have left the carnival. Please.
I mean, so why are you guys here at the carnival?
What do you mean? It was supposed to be a date.
And your name is what exactly?
Ween.
Can you spell that for me?
Sure.
No, he asked her.
Oh, she's like, yes, it's where am I? Sorry. Ween. Ween Sundapple. We I I I don't know what happened.
And you see, like, you see Brick, like, take out, like, a very small, like, notebook from his pocket and start writing down the details, and he closes it, and he's like, well, ma'am, it seems that you're in good fortunes today. The spirits have told me that he is indeed still here at the carnival, so I would more than happy to be loving to help you out.
The spirits.
And when you say that, like, a will-o'-the-wisp starts, like, circling around you.
It's also around this time as you guys are standing outside of the Hall of Illusion that Brick and Gus, your Witchlight companions, make their appearance. Brick, suddenly as you look down, you hear the panting and breathing of your elderly old blink dog that has been with you ever since you came to the carnival.
We changed it to the wisp spirit.
Ah, I apologize then. Gus, would you like to describe Salvador, or should I?
You can.
Salvador is a very interesting clown. Marty, you might have seen him at some point wandering the crowds. He is one of the saddest and, for lack of a better term, most grotesque clowns you have ever seen. His face is painted like a clown, but the way that his makeup is done makes his face appear as if it's melting. His lips are not in a smile; they're in this like sort of melting, garish frown.
And he walks right up to us.
He just kind of walks up and stands behind Gus, and he's just like,
Oh my God, man, what's wrong with your face?
"What? It's just my makeup."
You, you, you chose to look like that?
It's part of my act. See, no one likes me.
Oh, shut up, Salvador.
And I think we're going to take our break here. We've been going for about an hour and a half. So we're about halfway through, so I think we're going to take our break here. Once again, it's in chat, but all of these art, as it mentions on our break screen that we're about to go to, was done by Lost Haven. Go show them some love on Twitter. Thank you all for coming, whoever's here. And we will be back in 15-ish minutes around 7:40 Central Standard Time. We'll be right back, guys. And welcome back, everyone, to the first episode of our Witchlight campaign. Tonight's episode, From Towers to Tents. Um, our party has, for various reasons and from various locales, come to the Witchlight Carnival, some of them already being there, and has found themselves together. Some mysterious benefactor seems to have bought them all tickets ahead of time and known their names. As a group of four, they bought their tickets. The party went in, interacted at the Calliope listening to the music. One of them gave some buttons. One of them tried to steal some and ended up making a mess. And then they wandered off toward the Hall of Illusions. They were interrupted by the treant Northwind and his buddy Red the Squirrel, who gave them each a dandelion and told them they should make a wish, because when you make a wish and blow on a dandelion, it'll come true. He then told them that if they wanted to talk more, they could find him at the Dragonfly rides at the northeastern end of the park, at the pond, and they made their way to the Hall of Illusions. As they arrived, they saw what turned out to be one halfling proposing to another, who then fell to the ground laughing. As they approached, Gus too found himself under some form of magical influence, causing him to fall to the ground laughing. Couple of the party members recognized that a mechanical fortune teller type machine outside holds Tasha the witch within, not the real thing, but like as a mannequin, and that one of her most famous spells was Tasha's hideous laughter. The party then was speaking to Ween, the halfling who had fallen over laughing once she recovered herself, and she was trying to convince them to go and find Reuben, her sweetheart who had run away after she laughed in his face as he proposed to her. So it is here that I ask you all, what would you like to do?
Brick will like straighten her up and be like, "Well, ma'am, I guess we are here to help you out a little bit. It seems that your beau was kidnapped by some sad, hideous witch, and we will go get him back for you."
Please, hurry. I need to explain what happened.
Why don't you meet us?
Witch.
Why don't you meet us under the mechanical Tasha doohickey? Give us maybe like, and he looks aside. He's like, 20 minutes.
Okay. And she sort of gets a little closer to the thing after having left its radius.
So let's go find this.
And she again falls into a fit of laughter.
I remember seeing where the guy ran.
You know what?
Yeah,
You
you guys saw him run off, and he dashed past the mime standing outside, without getting his ticket punched into the Hall of Illusions.
I run over to the mime and start chatting with him. Hey, do you know where the guy went? What the guy, the sad guy? What? You know,
Gus, he's a mute. He doesn't talk.
he's not saying anything.
You guys, as
said
Witchlight
we-
hands out of character, Brick at least, I don't know how much Gus pays attention to other people, would have heard rumors among the carnival that since the carnival came back a couple weeks ago, Candlefoot the mime had lost his voice. And he's sort of miming that the kid ran in. Give me an insight check. Anyone who wants to.
I believe this mime can't talk.
Those of you with a 15 or higher, why did you roll twice, Steve?
Did I? I didn't see that I rolled the first one. I will 100% take the first one. I just didn't see that I rolled it, and I
You
thought I missed.
wasted a 20.
Hey, no!
Those of you with a 15 or higher can tell that he's miming that the halfling ran into the Hall of Illusions without getting his ticket punched. And you see him pull out like a You know, you remember in like elementary school when like you had to get your milk card punched? You know, like a hole puncher?
Yeah.
He pulls out one of those and kind of holds it out and like just kind of looks at you all.
What's that, Chappie?
You could
The
tell he's
dog-
telling you that you need to get your ticket punched to go into the Hall of Illusions.
The dog ran into the mirror. Here, I will punch my ticket twice. Once for me and once for the dog.
Animals
saying-
don't need a punch, children do.
He was being an asshole. He was referring to the halfling.
Oh, the mime kind of just, his eyes kind of dart and he looks sad and he just shakes his head. And you with your 17 can tell that's not how it works.
Well, do you want me to go get the dog so that you can stamp his ticket?
He just kind of nods.
And he says,
Really,
"Is
like,
that
really emphatically.
agreeable?"
And he again is holding out to punch each of your tickets if you let him.
My ticket, please.
Okay, so but we have to get our tickets punched, right?
Yes, he punches each of your tickets as if you hold them out.
I'm not waiting in line. I'm just gonna
No,
go
there
in.
there isn't a line. It seems people get ticket punched and go in.
Oh, okay. And then like he'll stop talking to him like he's like hard of hearing or whatever, and just like walk past him.
I will catch up to the fiery hair mohawk one.
Each of you please
Yeah.
mark that your tickets have one punch.
Okay, and I'll be like, so who was that mime trying to fight, and why does it look like he was trying to stab himself?
No. I heard this rumor going around the carnival that there's this weird guy that like did weird actions, and that like a week ago he lost the ability to talk since we like moved the carnival. So that must have been him. He was probably trying to say something. I think he said the dog ran into the hall mirrors here, but like I've only ever talked to one spirit that talks hand gestures, and it's really hard to kind of understand what he's saying because he doesn't speak common. So
Gusty
Yeah.
is running full speed through the Hall of Mirrors.
Okay. As you
I
go
think
in,
you're following a person, not a dog.
I think when he said dog, I think he meant halfling. I'm assuming he meant halfling.
as you enter the Hall of Illusions. Oh, I did want that open. Sorry.
You just see Marty squint his eyes and be like, okay.
I am going to actually switch us because I have a map for this. I believe it's this one. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You all
Y'all.
okay. Sorry. I apologize. I'm still semi getting used to roll 20. There we go. Okay. If you each want to grab a token, you all are over here. Oh, you probably didn't see that, did you?
No.
You all are over here. Did you see that one?
Yes.
Okay. You can also
Why are we-
shrink, click, and shrink your token to be actual sized.
Oh.
Wait, why is yours doing that, Brick? Did you resave yours? Because I definitely already had your token set up.
I did not. I just clicked it from my character sheet, and that's what dropped.
Where are you? I don't know why.
We actually can't resize our tokens. Only you can.
Really?
Yes.
I also don't have access to my token.
Settings. Ah. You are correct. Here. I don't know why, because I have that you guys can control them. I think you're still, I have you still too big, Brick.
I am indeed a large. sexy man.
Says.
I was a 10 by 10, so I was large. He's
And
Love that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not. I totally forgot.
so, as you all dash in, you guys come up to a curtain. Inside this tent, it appears to be some kind of tunnel. The sides of the tunnel, as you push the curtain through, you see mirrors lining, and there are white fairy lights drifting down the hallway. As
We
you
warned it's crazy in here.
as you all start walking forward, I assume pushing through the curtain, and look at
Yep.
your reflections, you realize that the early parts of these mirrors, as you walk further from the curtain, it's no longer for most of you your relatively teenage looking selves, and for Marty, his elderly self, it is you when you were young. If you would like to describe to us what you see as you look at your young self in these mirrors.
Oh wow. I'll go first, I guess. Marty, like comparatively to what he is now, looks like very dark, very lithe, very muscular, not like buff, but very like strong and wiry. And would you say it would include clothes as well?
Probably.
You notice that Marty wears very, very fine silks and like very, very fine clothes, but in his reflection are these very like patchy wool clothes that have been like repatched over and over again at the knees and elbows. And there's this like look in his eye that just looks like he's about to get in trouble. And no glasses either. Oh, and I guess you would see like a thin, long black wand at his hip.
Gus would look relatively similar, just a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. Um, Actually, wearing the same outfit he's wearing now, just smaller. Um, Essentially, yeah. But there's noticeably less trinkets and less. His horns are a little bit aren't even visible through the hair at this point.
Okay.
Same for Brick. He would be much essentially the same. He would be younger. Instead of looking very muscular though, he would look kind of just like really skinny. And instead, his hair would be shorter, and like he would have more like the French tuck going on instead of like the faux hawk.
Okay. Where like it's kind of short on the sides, but then comb over on top. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, and the clothes that he would be wearing would be like very fine. Like what you guys would notice is that the younger version of himself would be wearing very fine silks and very like bright colors, and like they're like colors that contrast what he's wearing now.
Voldemir.
Voldemir would look obviously much smaller and a little less gruff. So he would have his hair pulled back into a ponytail, and it would be that bright golden curly blonde. And he wouldn't have any dark circles, and his face would be less gaunt, and he would have actually more of like a pinkish fleshy tone to him.
Okay.
I picture more like a teenager than a young adult.
Yeah. And do I correctly interpret that at that point he probably also had a smile on his face?
Yes. A big, grimming, beaming smile.
So as you guys move your way forward, is the map doing anything weird? Do I have to reveal things? It's been a while since I set this up. Do you guys still see your tokens?
Wow.
See everything on
I
the
do.
center of the map?
Yeah, we see everything in like pathwise, except there's a block in the middle of the map. Although I do see something right here, technically.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest.
Okay. Kyle, how do I move my set? Like, I think it's the Fog of War.
Are you using Fog of War? Do you need to like clear it or something?
Yeah, like how do I remove the blocks I set up?
I believe that there should be like an option like on one of the one of the buttons on the
reveal
side.
areas. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Yep. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
So as you guys are moving, you should each be able to control your token now to move it up through the curtain.
Yeah, and I'm like pretty like quick apparently. It seems like that as you move fast, Gus, I'm like moving behind you pretty quickly. You hear the tap of the rod on the ground.
I still cannot access my token.
That is weird. Okay, I will move you. I apologize. I will figure out what's going on for next time. Have one of the more experienced Roll20 people help me. I assume Steve's having the same issue. But
I was being bad. I haven't tried yet.
Oh, okay.
No,
But
I can move my token just fine.
okay. Then
Do you need me to slow down, old man?
there you go. You should be good now, Christian. I apologize. I figured it out.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'd watch who you call old and, senile around him, man. He's kind
Who
of...
would call it senile?
I didn't
It's
say
not
it. I
me.
didn't say it.
If we're honest, I don't even know what that word means.
If I could, I would just like to like lightly thwack Voldemir on the head.
Okay. If you want, you can give me.
I don't want to do damage, so I just would like to like tap him on the head.
That's fine. You get bonked with the staff.
I'd like to cast Thaumaturgy, and I would like to just say "old man" in this echoing, booming voice.
Okay, so you bonk him, and he sort of almost. I picture it almost like a snarl.
Actually, it sounds whimsical and kind of hilarious. So it'll be like, "You old man."
That's great. I love it. So yeah, after this bonk, you guys just hear this high pitched whimsical echoing.
You just and he like turns around and walks fast behind Gus.
As you guys continue forward, unless you guys wanted to continue, you may. You come to an area where you do notice the fairy lights. There's still the white ones, but there are some green ones filtered in. And you can, as you see this kind of opening and side turn off of here.
Wait, what? Here?
Yeah, you see where yeah. Which way would you guys like to go?
Gus, there's an entrance here.
Do we see any evidence of the guy that came running in here?
Give me a survival check.
Can I help? Or if he's, yeah.
You know what?
Like,
Anyone who would like to, instead of survival, this includes you if you would like to, can do an insight check instead. And I will explain why after the rolls.
Nah, it's the same. Well, can I instead do an insight check but use the same number?
Sure.
Because my insight and my survival are both +3. They both from
Sure.
off my
So
wisdom.
you want a 12 insight instead of survival?
Correct.
Okay.
weren't we like supposed to be finding your wand or something?
No one else is trying to track. Oh, they just came through. Sorry.
I honestly don't think that I would be paying attention.
That's fine. Both of you, if there's something else you are looking for doing, you can feel free to say that, and I can ask for a roll or something as necessary too. But the two that got above a 10 can tell. Both of you did insight. So you guys aren't really looking for tracks. It's a carnival. A lot of people come through here, and that's probably not the best way. What you instead guys do, and I picture Brick especially because of what you don't have. I picture you can't really think out and be like, what would this person do? So you instead think, what would I do? So you guys kind of put yourselves in the shoes and you say, if I had just proposed to someone, and this is for both of you, and they kind of laughed in my face and I was running away, I probably wouldn't turn down the first turn. I would probably go pretty deep before I started looking to go somewhere else to hide.
Well, no, he wouldn't be going pretty deep.
If the answer is yes, if you would, no,
I was joking.
You definitely
like,
would have seen it on Marty's reflection, and yes, you can give me an investigation check as we go if you would like, and that would go for you as well, Marty. I assume if you said you were here, so if you're keeping an eye out whenever we come to one of these places, you can make an investigation check to try and see if you find any sign of your wand.
I forgot what I was saying.
I apologize, Steve.
I'm just not a very good looker, apparently.
Guys, what are we looking for?
Dial, old man.
Yeah, you at this point have not, but I will keep that in mind as we go forward through the rest of this Hall of Illusions for both of you. And, but yeah, Brick and Voldemir, that's kind of what you're picturing. Gus, you're kind of looking on the floor for tracks, and like I said, there are a lot of tracks. Some of them go down this tunnel, some go forward. It's hard to tell any specifics out of the tracks, though, as this is one of the more popular attractions. But yeah, you guys figure he probably went a little further in before he took a turn or went somewhere else.
Got it. So, Brick would just like ignore everybody else and be like, this way, and keep going.
The rest of you?
I'd follow Brick.
No, I do like a man who takes charge. I follow Brick.
Okay. So, as you guys continue forward, yeah, you can each move your tokens continuing down the path now if you would like. You continue forward, and the reflections in the mirrors change, and they start to reflect more yourselves now, as you now appear currently. You see each other, and this time it's actually showing you little snippets. You can almost see like illusionary like memories somehow pulled into these mirrors, it seems like. As Brick, you're walking and you see yourself at your table doing a fortune telling, not during the big top act, but you know, when you just set up on the side during the carnival as a stall. I imagine you're like one of the small stalls that they can come get their ticket punched and you'll do your thing. Gus, we see you as you're kind of wandering through the forest. We see two kind of snippets as you wander out of the gates and you start walking down the road and you sort of trip and stumble off the path into the forest. And then it snips back to you kind of wandering back onto the path and seeing the carnival, and you just kind of sigh as you walk through the gates back to the carnival. Marty, we see you helping Master Rosloff with his studies, which always, I imagine, based on what you have told me of how you picture that, kind of irked you because it was a lot of bringing him this or that component as he did experiments and things. Voldemir, we see, I'm gonna be real, you gave me your description of like yourself with the townsfolk and stuff, but if you want to give, I don't know a ton to describe like your scene just because we haven't gone that in depth with your backstory. If you would like to describe some, typical scene for Voldemir. And realistically, if any of you have a better one, you're welcome to do that as well. Push to talk?
Can't hear you, Peach.
Sorry, you were looking for like a scene in
Sort
the
of like
near
your normal,
future?
what you'd be doing in your present day life on a normal day.
Oh yeah, it would be like him in a small town, just kind of like hanging outside of the tavern, being like kind of shifty, and like the small crowd would be gathered around him, laughing and like being jovial.
Okay. Um, and as this is happening, you guys see up ahead that once again there is a side tunnel turning off, and but this time the fairy lights that are intermingling with the white ones seem to be gold. So I will again ask you, which path would you guys like to choose?
I'm sorry, you cut out for me. What did you say?
I said I again would like to ask you guys, which path would you like to choose?
Do I see any tracks or any sign of the dude?
Um, Based on your survival, like I said, there's a lot of tracks. This place gets a lot of foot traffic, but it's hard to pick out individual ones.
Can I smell them?
Do you have something that gives you like advantage on tracking or perception or something with smell?
No, but I feel like I should be able to smell his salty tears.
I'm gonna keep going with your survival roll in that case. Which is essentially that. We'll say you can smell like I said, lots of people come through the Hall of Illusions. It's a more popular attraction here, as it's one of the more interactive ones. But you unfortunately cannot tell which way he specifically went.
Brick would just call out like, "Hey yo, heartbroken dude."
Give me a persuasion check.
The time I need to roll high. Can I have advantage?
Why?
Because it echoes.
No, because just hearing it is not enough, unfortunately.
Can I assist and boost his thing with a thaumaturgy?
Sure. I will allow that, and I will let the 16 go. Give me 1 second.
Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, that's low. So as you guys say this, I believe I did that right. Oh God. Okay. As you guys say that, the halfling sort of comes back. Are you guys just staying there and yelling? Are you continuing forward? Are you turning down the side hallway? I can't hear you, Brick.
I would continue down towards the sounds if it sounds like someone is down to the left. Otherwise, I would continue walking down, me like, "Hey, yo, we're here looking for you."
Okay. So you continue downward. What are the rest of you doing?
I guess I follow Brick, and he'd call out like, "Hey, your lady friend outside. She said she wanted to talk to you, man."
Hold on, you spend this different. You spend this a little differently. And he'll like you'll see him like motion in, and he'll call for for his little like wisp spirit.
Okay. And it floats with you most of the time.
I'm trying to remember what I named it. It's in my notes. Give me 1 second.
Ah.
It is. Ooh, I can't find it. I think it's Manfred. It's Manfred, the manser or the servant, quote unquote.
Okay.
But he'll continue walking forward until like he sees him, and he'll like, oh yeah, I found him. Hey, so I got a little spirit here for you, or that's telling me you were in here kind of all heartbroken and sad. What happened?
He kind of wipes his eyes. They look red. He was very visibly crying. He's like, "We laughed at me when I asked her to marry me."
Ah, I see. So, here's what we can do for you, because I can assure you this is okay. So my friend here, we'll call him Aiden. Um, Aiden tells me that you guys were actually really close to the mechanical witch box out there, and it has a kind of weird effect where it'll just enchant you to laugh with the spell.
I mean, she's
That's because we told her that we would meet her at a certain location.
yeah, she's still
But-
at the mansion. Okay.
But
What? Matt,
We-
you said a spell? Is she okay?
oh, she's fine. She's fine. We kind of saw what happened and decided to kind of go talk to her, and she seemed really concerned and wanted to kind of explain to you what happened. And in order to like not make you look such like a pussy ass bitch, I may have told her a story that makes you look not like you just ran away because she rejected you. But before we tell you the rest of what we did for you, I just wanted to ask, like, is there some way that you can kind of pay us for helping you along? Maybe a favor or monetary gold, like just any other. Oh, also one other thing. Before you answer that question, this one's actually way more important. You kind of just ran in here, and you ran past my I wouldn't call him associate. I guess he is my associate. He can't talk, but he definitely needs to punch your ticket, or bad things will happen to you.
Wait, what? A witch? What?
Oh yeah. Before we tell
You're
you the
just
rest of the
making
story.
fun of me too, aren't you? This is all a
No,
joke.
not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I actually have a whole lot of other stuff to do, and I just told your soon-to-be fiance that I would come looking for you. Because, and I told her that you got kidnapped by a hideous witch, because I that attacked both of you.
Well, fine then. Wait. You said soon to be fiance. What do you mean?
I'll tell you the rest after you tell us what you can do for us.
What? I mean,
Don't even listen to this man here. Let me tell you something. I saw the
Wait,
whole.
I mean, Holly, you should listen to him a little bit. I mean, he's got a point here. We don't work for free. I don't work for free. I don't even work here.
I don't even know where here is, but let me tell you
Gus, you
something.
work here.
Stop! Don't listen. I saw the whole thing happen, and I walked over and I laughed so hard. It was hilarious, hysterical, and I think she thought the same thing. And I think you should go talk to her.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. I mean, yes, you should go talk to her. We told her that you both got attacked by a witch, and she didn't know what happened because it's part of the magic. So we told her while she was in a fit of laughter, you got kidnapped by the witch. It's a fun carnival game.
so you want me to go and tell her that you saved me from this witch?
If you like, or you can tell her the truth. I'm just coming to get you to tell you that she's not laughing at you because you proposed her. She's laughing at you because she was under a spell. And I also appreciate some form of favor or payment for services rendered.
If what you're saying is true, I'll tell everyone I meet that you've saved me from witch. You really think she wants to marry me?
I mean, yeah, look at you. You're a catch. Who wouldn't want to marry you? And he's
I don't want to marry you.
like, well, of course you don't want to marry him. You're dead.
Voldemir just kind of gives him the thumbs up.
Well, come on then, and he just takes off running.
Oh, wait. See, you were also kind of like while you were like our business here, we also had other business before we left this area. So if you could like maybe just wait a little bit, we'll be right with you.
Quick, run between his legs.
What if I go to Ween now and you guys can? You said you told her to wait for you somewhere. Where?
Oh yeah. So, we totally told her to wait for us by the mechanical witch that casts the spell that makes you laugh. So she's probably still just rolling on the floor laughing in front of the mechanical witch.
Like I said, she's still out there laughing. So,
And remember, she's not laughing at you, she's laughing with you. You just managed to pass the magic.
We'll wait for you. I promise. I have to go talk to her.
wait, before you go, you wouldn't happen to have seen this old crone's wand, did you?
You know, for the story.
You know, it's a black kind of
Actually-
narrowy, spangly thingy majigga.
I did. Come on. And he sort of leads you guys up ahead, near the bend. And as you're going, even with your low wisdom and perception, you would be hard pressed to miss your former arcane focus. Marty is on the ground, like halfway out of the tent. That is, the sides of these tunnels. It's like halfway under, and you can just see like the tail end poking, and you're like, "That's it." And actually, I think even with your aid and because you would have advantage on that investigation then, which made it a 14, I think, according to what I'm seeing, Voldemir. So you also, as he's walking, you see sticking out of the tent this little piece of wood.
Hey!
Go get it. I rush to it.
I mean, you can add an arcane focus wand to your inventory.
Ah! I knew they took it.
I honestly, I was pretty upset. I kind of ignored it on my way through. But so I'll meet you guys outside. You said you have other business here to take care of first.
Yeah, we'll meet you outside. Remember, let the weird guy stamp your ticket.
And he begins rushing forward.
I think that was a business here, so
Yeah. What if other people wanted to look at mirrors or get to the end? I don't.
I got other business here besides this wand and this enchanted plate.
What
And
kind
I
of
don't even
business?
know who you are.
Sir, all you need to know is that I am Brick Umberlight, the Magnificent. I am the medium that can find whatever you need and get you wherever you're going.
Well, I'm seeing you're quite capable, and we're looking for some stuff here in the carnival. We can talk about that, a little later when there's less, this around.
I want to talk about business.
Well, my job is done.
No. Wait, no. No. Because we came for other business.
No, I came for what I lost.
That's not why we're here. With the whole, and he takes out the
Yeah.
the flyer and he like shakes it and he's like, the only other thing we gotta do.
Like, Marty, looks like he's about to, leave and, go back. But being utterly lost in a house of mirrors, he continues further deeper into the tent.
Brick will use Mage Hand and grab the the flyer.
The flyer. Oh, that he had? That Voldemir had? It's like I said, it calls adventurers interested in a job to the Spellsteel Spire, which I don't think is a name you're familiar with. Um, like unless you're from the not capital city, there are only two major cities in the Empire. Um, can't hear you.
I technically would be from whichever one is more affluent.
That would be the capital city. So you're not from Erglen's. You probably wouldn't know what the Spellsteel Spire is or anything. Um, but it appears to be a job posting calling adventurers to a tower for information about a job.
So you're at a carnival looking for adventure.
I like adventure.
Who? What? I didn't say that. Who said that?
The flyer that you're holding. My spectral friend Aiden said that oh, I'm sorry. Manfred said that you were looking for adventure.
Hey, that wasn't for you. And he'll like stuff it back in his coat pocket.
But I mean, what type of adventure are you looking for at a carnival?
Isn't that like the whole draw of a carnival? Why does anybody go to a carnival? For adventure and pleasure. You know, what's it to you?
People go to the carnival to be amazed and dazzled by the weird and strange for 3 hours before they shove their face with cotton candy and get a stomach ache and go home.
Yeah, you know, an adventure.
No, I'm pretty sure I was here for my wand.
Okay.
There's something about a portal.
Yes, now we're getting to the business.
Do you know anything about portals?
Neither of you knows anything about a portal or portals.
Well, then what's over here? And I peek my head around this corner.
So, does he normally just
I
talk
mean,
about
I
weird
mean,
shit,
so here's
or-
the thing. The Witchlight Carnival, you guys do know, does travel to different planes. But you guys don't know of a portal or anything. Mr. Witch and Mr. Light seem able to do that somehow.
Yeah, that's not a portal thing. The carnival just somehow goes there. But on that retrospect, what are you looking for a portal in a carnival for exactly?
I think that's my business.
As
Yeah.
this is happening and you guys move deeper, your reflections again shift. And they start to show the future. Again, with some sort of backdrop scene. For Marty, you see yourself, a powerful mage, hurling spells. And deep in the future, you do see yourself seeming to have regained your control over magic. Voldemir, you see yourself in the future playing tricks on people, pranks, everyone laughing, yourself smiling and laughing along as your hair is still is once again it's bright blonde, but there are now some streaks of gray as this appears to be you as you're older. The lines are you have deeper lines, but they're smile lines now instead of like the sagging and sunken feel that you currently have. Brick, you see yourself probably another foot or so, 6 inches to 7 inches taller as you finish growing out. Weaving tales and crafting illusions, charming people as you come up with these fantastical stories and lies. And Gus, you see yourself sleeping in a bed, in an inn, not at the carnival. You see you've maybe gained another, again, 6, 7 inches, maybe a foot, depending. Your horns are a little longer. You have a contented smile on your face as you lie there sleeping, as the mirror shows a slightly older and futuristic version of yourself. You guys may continue your RP as unless are you guys turning down any of these side tunnels you come up to?
Well, like I said, I'm going down whatever this one is.
Sorry, can you ping one? Okay. So you go down this one that has these blue and pink lights filtering in. And as you come in, the lights filter down this split hallway, pink magenta type fairy lights leading to the left, into an open room where you see what appears to be an old decrepit stone archway. The blue lights seem to lead to an open room that seems to have a bed in it. I will reveal this. Right? Did that work?
No.
Let's try this.
Oh, yes.
I'm figuring
That's
out,
fine.
guys. Gus, okay.
Technically, I will say that Gus was down here beforehand. If Gus, you want to, because you technically.
I was gonna say, yeah. Where are you wandering off to, Gus? You have.
Oh, Gus is kind of just wandering around, kind of peeking around corners and just kind of fascinated by these colorful lights.
Okay. So, which direction are either of you going? Is you are now in this split hallway that no longer is white fairy lights but has blue and pink magenta ones.
I go magenta.
Okay. I have to pull up my thing. I apologize. Green lights, blue, purple.
Oh no, my camera turned off. Don, you have to click Discord for a second.
I'm sorry.
No, it was my fault. Thank you.
No problem. As you walk in, like I said, you find yourself, it's an open room lit by this magenta pink light, and in the center is this stone archway that it seems to be old and worn. There's nothing else in here. It seems to be empty other than the stone archway.
Can I search for anything hidden? Maybe some treasure or secret doorway?
Sure, give me an investigation check. Gus, meanwhile, you wander down to the blue lights. You come to a room that, as I described, is lit by these faint blue lights. It's very calming and dimly lit. And in the center is a single, like, twin bed with a pillow and blanket and sheets pulled up and made.
Oh, what level of firmness is the bed?
What would Gus prefer most?
Gus likes a medium firm bed.
That's kind of what I was gonna describe. I was gonna say it's not too firm. It's not like stiff, but it's also not like you're just sinking into, like a water bed or an extremely like down feather, where it's extremely soft. It has some give, but it's also got a decent level of firmness.
Gus gets on the bed and starts jumping.
I mean, and you start jumping on the bed.
Yeah.
As you are investigating around the room, you don't find any trapdoors. You lift the tent and see that this part of the tent just leads back into the main tunnel with the white fairy lights. As you kind of lift to see if there's anything hidden behind a door or anything, you feel along the ground. There's no like hidden trapdoors or anything. But you come back to the archway. You know there's more to this than meets the eye.
There's something here.
Wait, why did this? Oh, that's why, because...
Is it magical in nature?
You can give me an Arcana check if you would like.
Same. Does the arch feel magical?
Uh,
Does it have any buttons or false rocks on it?
And instead of taking a check, can I give Kyle advantage?
I will allow you to help him. In the future, try to say that before he rolls, but I know that can be hard when we just click to roll. Voldemir, as you're feeling around, there are loose rocks. They don't seem to have any hiding places or anything really special in there. It just seems kind of old and worn. But with your 21, Kyle, you do feel a type of magic. It's not one you're used to studying or you've seen before. I don't think even with a 21 you can really identify what it is. um, but you definitely get the sense that there's something different about the stones. Like, they almost seem alien. Like, not of this world. It doesn't, the craftsmanship's, even though it's worn and some of the stones are loose and broken, the parts that are whole, you see it's too fine, it's too done. Voldemir, you can give me a history check at advantage because you're a dwarf.
I will take out my wand and I will attempt to cast Detect Magic.
Give me a d20 roll.
I don't have Detect Magic.
You don't know Detect Magic?
No,
Oh.
not anymore. So you all watch him like go through this like wand waving.
And
At the,
you don't have to roll then because you don't cast a spell.
Yeah, and he just like begins chanting under his breath, and after a moment, he like flicks the wand like once, twice more. Huh? Maybe I have to. Maybe I have to look over some more.
What would you like to do, Gus?
Well,
As
Gus,
they are investigating the arch further, you've been jumping on the bed for a few seconds.
Gus is gonna get bored really quickly, so he hops off and he starts kind of tearing the bed open, only for the sheet to get kind of stuck on his horn and caught on his face for a moment before he pulls it off, and kind of loses focus on his investigation of the bed.
um,
He wanders back over to the group at that point.
I think for now I'm gonna say just because the pearl is decently expensive, has to be worth a decent amount. I'm gonna say you don't have one yet. You'll have to find one, I think. So you guys kind of all just wander out, not really being able to figure anything out for sure about these strange rooms with objects in them.
What's over in that room, guys?
It's some weird stones that are stacked in a way that one could call a doorway.
Wow. Does
Marty,
it look cool to me from this distance? Or not cool, but special?
I mean, as you look in, it definitely draws your eye in the room. As I said, it's
It's
kind of
magical in some sort of way.
yeah,
Rick will
it's
say
like a
he walks
weather.
past
It's
them
an old archway of stone. But you see, like the upper right corner is kind of worn. It almost looks from age and wood, like natural erosion, which seems odd in a moving carnival. But
Gus wanders up to it. Can I take a closer look at it?
what are you looking for?
Marty definitely shoulders past you, like mumbling under his breath, like obscene shit.
Don't know exactly what I'm looking for. I wanna. Gus is just gonna smell it and walk off.
Did you roll an investigation? I guess.
I can.
Oh. What do you mean you can't?
I said I can.
Oh.
The best
Yeah, I mean,
level.
similarly, you see it's very well made and not of a type of stonework you've really ever seen, but there's something about it that almost reminds you of home. Which is a strange thing because you haven't really been home in a long time. But when I say home, I mean your original home.
Oh,
Those
I don't know
fake
what that
baby memories that you barely even remember.
right. Hmm. Smells like old people in here.
So you guys can. Sorry.
Brick will take a sniff at Marty and be like, "Yeah, they do kind of smell the same."
And you guys continue down the Hall of Illusions.
Yes. I would also take a look down at these other pink lights, or guess these are pink and yellow.
As you peek through, you get the faint look of a small girl in a pig mask. In fact, I need to double check something about your character. Really quickly, I apologize. Jesus, roll 20, why do you do this to me? Okay, that's that. Where is it? Here we go. I apologize here. Nope, you do not recognize them, but they sort of dash around the corner and out of your sight.
It's not one creepy thing at this place; it's another.
And
Did anybody?
you can see something on the ground that seems to be growing out of the ground, and she sort of runs into the middle of it and then fades away.
Oh, do I know what that is?
Give me a history check, and I'll say with advantage. Wow. You don't. I don't. I don't really know how to explain that you don't know what it is, but you don't. You feel like you should. And again, it's something that reminds you of those early childhood baby memories of a place that you can't really remember, but you can't put your finger on it.
I'll just kind of walk into the center and just kind of stand there for an awkwardly long amount of
Let
time.
me double check. That is not the one I wanted. I wanted this one.
Bless you.
Why is my roll 20 being stupid right now? All of my things are like changing.
I sent you a not-important message, DM, in Facebook Messenger. You don't have to check it.
Okay. Do. Anyways, so you walk through the fairy circle. Let me look at your character sheet quick. Do you have... Wait, they really don't. Okay, I need... Oh, okay. GM... You fall asleep as you enter the fairy circle. You just collapse to the ground sleeping.
No save or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Do I see this?
Yeah. You see Gus go in and kind of investigate the circle a bit, and then as he steps across the circle, he just kind of falls asleep on what appears to be a bed of flowers in the middle.
I look at, like, I pull back my jacket and I look at the, like, bottle of wine. I'm like, oh, this is so not worth a single bottle of wine. And, like, Brick will, like, look at the others and, like, walk in, like, hey, buddy, you want to get up out the flowers?
He doesn't respond. For your reference, Daniel, this would be the you're under the effects of the sleep spell.
Yeah.
Does it look like? Does it look like there's anyone in the room?
No. You were the one who was here and saw the girl run into the fairy circle, but she didn't seem to fall asleep. Instead, she sort of became like transparent and faded away to nothing.
Okay, on my map, there's still like a big shadow here. Like it looks
it's just the edge of a circle here.
Okay, so Brick will look at Gus and deciding to not want to get too close because like he did fall asleep out of no reason. He's going to cast Produce Flame under Brick. Sorry, Gus.
Gus, I think I need a dex saving throw at disadvantage.
Is this
No,
count
no.
saving for magic?
Actually,
No, I think that's the one that appears in my hand, and I'd have to throw it.
yes. That's what I was gonna say. Is actually, I believe I need an attack roll at disadvantage from you, because he's prone.
Got you.
Is I believe how that works. Yeah, make a ranged spell attack. You and fucking fire.
No.
And he would not be aiming to hit him. He would just be like aiming at the flowers to like kind of set them ablaze
And that's
a bit.
kind of what I was gonna say is what actually happens here is you do miss not hitting Gus sleeping there, but you actually end up hitting the flowers which start to burn and heat up. And Gus, I'm gonna say you take 1 point of fire damage as you're sort of like and you get jerked awake as some of the these back toadstools back here burn away.
This feels somewhat familiar.
Hey, Gus, get it together, man. You just fell asleep in the middle of some like toadstools and flowers. Like, wake up and put that fire out.
I've been here before.
Yes, you work here.
No, that's not what I mean. Ow, that hurts. It's kind of hot in here.
Yeah, you're supposed to put the fire out and come on.
Oh, I quickly stomp out the fire with my hooves.
So yeah, you get up and stomp out the fire. What are the rest of you doing while this is going on? Marty.
I guess that I'm just waiting in the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I honestly probably was chuckling at the person who just walked into a thing and then fell asleep.
Gus, Brick, what do you guys do from here as Gus stamps out the flames?
Are you alright? Actually, you know, I don't think we caught your names.
I feel like you did. But
We
I'm
definitely did.
Fun Gus? Gus, for sure.
They call me Brick Umberlight, the Tormented. And when he says the Tormented, like, the wisp will, like, flare around him and, like, make, like, an illusionary, like, fog that falls to the ground and disappears. And he'll strike like a weird, like, hair back pose.
Salvador's just like, this place always gives me the creeps. Are you guys done in here?
We can be done in here. I mean, we were just... I was enjoying my night off. I also had to babysit him.
I'm just gonna keep going.
I'm gonna,
I guess that answers that question.
skip the
Don't
party.
you, wait.
Okay.
I thought the exit was the other way.
Well, what's over here?
Hey, old man, what's the wooden stick do?
Are you talking the other blocked out area down here?
Are you what wooden stick?
That wooden stick that you picked up back there.
Uh, it's how I casted my magic before, but I don't know.
Oh, I don't. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't know anything about magic.
Well, I'm pretty magnificent at magic.
I'm totally gonna incite both of them.
Sure. Man, what does that accent remind me of now? It reminds me of someone from an old show.
It's ever evolving as we play.
It would be it would go in the order of Gus and then the Magnificent.
What are you inciting about Gus?
That you don't know, like that, like it just seems like you're saying a bunch of stuff that Brick doesn't trust. Like you don't know anything about magic or like.
You get the sense that Gus doesn't know anything about anything.
Marty is fucking lying through his teeth. Like, if you could easily, like, he's just fucking terrible probably at magic and probably hasn't paid attention in an actual day of study. Like, but he is putting on the grandest of airs right now, and he thinks very highly of himself.
Wow, that's magnificent.
Ha! That's where I get the name. And I just walked down the tunnel.
You know, what's your name again? Brick. You should get a much better call line than the Tormented. You could be the Magnificent too.
I'm tormented by spirits. I talk to the dead. I also.
If you can't handle spirits, you're not magnificent in the first place.
That's why it's the tormented.
Yeah, I told you cramped my style.
I handle
Again.
spirits on a daily basis. Watch my magic, and I'll turn around and I'll walk up to Gus, and I'll be like, I can summon the very living from my vest pockets. Do you believe me?
The what?
Rick will walk past you and say, "Yes, you don't have to summon anything. Put it away, old man."
The very living, breathing. I create life.
That sounds fun.
And I'll pull a rabbit out of my vest pocket.
Would you care to explain to your DM how you're pulling a rabbit out of your vest pocket?
I am a magician, and I have spent the gold on a bunny rabbit.
Okay. Only because I do vaguely remember talking to you about the spending like 3 gold on a rabbit or something.
And I do it pretty fucking magician-like as well, as it comes out of nowhere. This living, breathing bunny rabbit.
Yep. You cannot tell. It seems to come right out of his sleep. He just kind of reaches in and pulls a rabbit out of thin air.
I give to you life.
And you see Brick just literally stop mid-stride, like, and turn his head around slowly, like, what the fuck?
Wow.
I want you guys to know that magicians in a world with real magic make me so much more happy because it means that low-level spellcasters see these people who aren't doing magic do things that are high-level spells. And they're like, whoa.
Yes, so when I tell you that I am a purveyor of much magic, believe me. And I stuff the bunny back, and I get you out of my way.
And you guys
Bunny
make
look like he goes into an external dimensional spot pocket.
What's
You,
your passive perception?
he rolled a, he rolled 2. He rolled even lower. He rolled a 7. He has no fucking clue. To him,
Oh,
it
yeah,
really
no.
does look like it appeared out of thin air. Daniel, being a 19, saw it appear out of thin air out of your sleeve. So like you didn't, he didn't see it like slide down your sleeve or anything. He just saw it suddenly appear in your sleeve and come out. Brick, on the other hand, kind of walked past and ignored you and turned around at the when you said living, and you were pulling it out. And to him, it just looks like it came out of nowhere.
And you'll see, like you all see Brick's eyes like flash a brighter orange, and then like dull back down to their regular color, and just like the like a stone normal facade on his face, or like expression on his face.
GM,
Yes.
I, as a ranger, have a favorite enemy of beasts. Can I figure out where that rabbit went?
I need. Can you link favorite enemy in the chat for me? I have not played a ranger.
It would be a survival check at advantage.
It's gotta be so like
I
odd.
I will allow that.
It's gotta be so odd for your character, Steven, because you know he was lying, and then he goes and pulls that off right in front of you.
Well, he assumes he has some type of like super powerful like bag of holding or something like hidden somewhere.
I have a favorite enemy of beasts, DM.
Can you just give me another sleight of hand for when you put it away? Does that sound
Oh,
fair?
sure, I can do that. I don't mind. It's probably gonna be terrible now.
Yeah, I just want to be fair here with this roll.
I would definitely say that like Marty is very good at starting things. His finish is probably the worst part. So you probably do see like it like kicking in his sleeve.
Yeah, you sort of sniff, as you have described Gus doing on multiple occasions, and you definitely get the scent of rabbit. It is not in an extra dimensional space, and then you see just like a little kick in like what must be some kind of like inner cloak pocket, like near his like armpit area, close to his chest. You just see it sort of flip a second.
Mr. Magic Man, I think I like it.
And you guys make your way out of the Hall of Illusions, back into the light and sound of the carnival. You realize that the sound has almost seemed somehow dampened almost inside the hall, like it was oddly quiet. And you can see they have now moved, it appears, about 20 feet or so away from the mechanical cabinet, you having told Ruben that that is what's causing the spell. And without rolling, making a very educated guess correctly that it was. They seem to be walking over, and they sort of wave for you guys to come over as you make your way out of the Hall of Illusions.
When we come out of the Hall of Mirrors, I'll look at the mime and be like, did you like?
And he starts nodding at you, and then he also rushes at you, and he's like, and he starts miming, and then he stops for a second, realizing that he's being a little too quick, and he goes, okay.
Four words.
Fly, bird, wing,
Bird.
dive.
It's a bird, a storm.
Second word.
Second bird.
He sort of like creeps up to one of you and sort of like mimes reaching into your pocket and coming out.
Thief. Stole.
Woman of the night.
What is wrong with? So a bird stole third letter or third word. Suspenders. Your
nipples.
bird stole your statue.
Heaven.
Bird gave you a titty twister.
Bird stole your stature, like your posture.
If you guys would like, you can also give me an insight check.
I know the answer. I'm just being an asshole.
I know the answer, but Brick, because of what Brick doesn't have, doesn't come to that conclusion.
5 intelligence.
Rick would be like, the bird stole your.
Poop.
No, he would be like, stole your lunch, I pecked your tongue, he spit food in your mouth. It.
Oh, your voice.
Your voice.
Chicken.
The bird squawked your voice? Stole your voice. The bird stole your voice. Did you kill it? Well, I mean, I talk to spirits. What do you want me to do?
I immediately begin tracking a bird.
Again, you guys can give me an insight if you want a little clearer explanation. I'm not like it's built in the module and you are not always your characters. Hi, Sebastian.
Ah, Sebastian.
I just begin looking for a bird.
You can give me. I assume survival is probably the best tracking skill for you. You do see mixed in the footprints. It's hard to tell where they go and where they come. They seem to be decently frequent, and again covered by other foot traffic. But you do see what appear to be large, 3 with like 1 in the back. What appear to be large claw marks in the dirt. You can see what appear to be some kind of large bird-like steps mixed in with all of the other carnival goers like tracks in the dirt.
Found a bird.
So a bird stole your voice. How does that happen? What do you mean you don't know? It happened to you.
He just starts looking extremely sad.
Don't start crying. I can't stand it when people cry.
Do I recall any information about birds that steal voices?
Give me a nature check.
You guys see Brick, like, he, like, reaches behind his ear and pulls out, like, a literal, like, rolled cigarette from nowhere, like, puts it in his lips, and then, like, literally, it just sparks on its own. And he starts smoking it, and he's like, so... If
No,
we your voice...
some of the gold traditions stay with the whippersnappers. And he pulls out this long Gandalf pipe, and you just see his finger light.
You don't know of any birds that steal voices. You've certainly heard of birds that can mimic voice, like notes back at people, and even some exotic birds that the carnival has had on occasion that can like repeat phrases and mimic. And I would say honestly, even with a 5 as a ranger, you know that Kenku exist, which are a humanoid bird race that, again, you don't know anything about stealing voices, but they are a humanoid race that is known only to speak in like mimicked, broken phrases and words.
Right. Also know that Kenku are prone to stealing things. And
I think with the 6, that might be beyond you. I don't know, that you've ever like encountered a Kenku or anything.
So, and like, Brick will like lean in with the cigarette, and as he does, he'll look over at Marty and be like, if I help you get your voice back, what's in it for me?
I can't mime this. My mime skills are not there. Kyle, that was your insight for this stuff? And a 13. So, Marty, even with your typically low wisdom, you're elderly. You've been to your fair share of dinner parties. You played charades. And you actually understand what this mime is miming pretty good most of the time. And you can tell that he basically is saying like he doesn't have much, but he can give you a lesson. He could teach you. It's hard to tell what because he's miming, but you could tell that he's trying to convey that he would transfer some form of knowledge or learning.
Mimicry is the lowest form of entertainment. I refuse your offer.
What?
I am Marty the Magnificent.
Wait, do you understand what he's saying?
Of course, mimicry is the lowest form of entertainment. How
What
could
is
you
it?
not?
I'm fairly certain that he's not saying that. He's a carny, not carny, but he's a carnival hand. What is he saying?
He's gonna instruct us.
Does he say what he's gonna instruct us in?
I assume mimicry.
And to the mime, and he'll just like snap his fingers and prestidigitate like a small notebook and a small like quill that just writes ink.
Let me double check here.
I'm gonna get a soda beer up there.
Because I do know this is a thing. Um, he writes down that he can show you a few tricks. He actually, what he writes out actually by bringing up the notebook, allows him to write out a very long thing. He explains.
Whoa! You only got a minute. That only lasts for like a minute.
It's not that long, but it basically mentions that he was in love with the mermaid Palasha. You would know she's another member of the carnival.
We would know what you broke up.
You would know that she is another act of the carnival. And basically, he writes that they discovered her songs helped him, which surprised them, and they fell in love. He was going to propose to her, but his voice was snatched by a bird person. And he says that he's willing to give you all a lesson in miming, as well as a slight show if you agree.
A lesson in miming what?
As well as a small show if you agree.
And Brick like leans back, and he literally like strokes his like, because he doesn't have facial hair. He strokes his like chin. He's like, you know what? I'll take it.
And he sort of gets really excited and starts jumping around, and then he starts snapping his fingers as he does, and you see above him these small, it's almost like a mini fireworks show starts going off as he starts snapping. And
wait. Don't give us the show yet. You can give us payment when we deliver you the goods.
He nods, and then he waits for anyone to say anything else. Question mark. And if not, we'll go back to his post. But if someone says something, he stays.
I want your right shoe.
What?
I want your right shoe.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh yeah. Part of the service fee is you have to pay him your right shoe.
Oh my god.
You should definitely give it to him. He needs it for some weird ritual thing.
I fucking hate you. As Candlefoot the Mime, which both of you would know by name as 8-year members of the carnival, reaches down and gives you his right shoe.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Candlefoot. This is my candle shoe. And I skip off.
Yeah, you'll be hearing from us. And Brick just takes the notebook and starts walking away, and he like starts transferring the notes transferring notes over into his actual notebook.
Do you guys make your way toward the halflings that seem to be motioning for you to come talk to them, or do you ignore them?
Yes.
As I'm walking over to these halflings that are beckoning me, I turn to everyone. Hey, can I let you guys in on a secret?
Of course, I'm the best keeper of secrets.
Is it what you're doing with all of the shoes and why you're collecting them? Because it's kind of creepy.
I don't
I'm
have
here
any
for it.
feet.
You said you don't have any feet.
Yeah, I can't even wear the shoe.
I look down.
Does he have feet? Because Brick also looks down.
He's got hooves.
He's a satyr. He has hooves. You look down and realize not only does he not have feet, he is not wearing shoes or pants. There are just leather straps around his thighs with daggers. And he has furry goat's legs.
Huh. Were those always like that?
I
Yeah.
definitely thought those were pants.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I did not believe that those were your actual appendages. And like Brick will like tap your ankle with his like booted foot.
And just kind of puts the shoe away.
They just let you walk around here pantless.
Yeah, like are you just like swinging like free balling all the time, or is there like a furry thong there or something? Like what's?
I'm just. You don't.
I don't know satyr anatomy, guys.
You don't ask such complicated questions.
I mean,
I
as
wanna
someone
know,
who's
because
raised
if I
goats
can-
before, it's like dogs in that it would pop out.
That's
Well,
kind of what I picture. Is it probably looks very similar to the artwork he has at most points.
I have like a sash across my waist.
I want to know because if I can just go pantless, I will.
You definitely can't just go pant. Does it? Do you have bits hanging between your legs?
That's not. Yeah.
I mean, that's another. I don't. Dragonborns are technically reptilian humanoids. How do they like?
Well, technically, like snakes, when it's time to get it on, it just kind of pops out. Is what I would assume it's like.
But as you guys make your way over, the halflings are overjoyed and excited. They're kind of talking over each other. Oh my god, she said yes, thank you so much for coming and finding me. I don't know what would have happened if I stayed in there by myself. And she's like, thank you so much for finding my Reuben. You guys are the best. Oh.
No problem. Just 1 second.
Yes, we must have slain 30 golems to get to him.
I
And
mean,
a hideous witch.
Oh, and the hideous witch.
Give us a second. We need to talk to your Reuben, was it?
Your lawyer.
Reuben looks and he's
And
like, okay.
We'll definitely take Reuben aside. I'm like, oh yeah, so like the thing we talked about earlier, remember?
Just refresh me. There's a lot going on here. What did he actually promise you? I believe he promised he would tell your tales everywhere he went.
Yeah. A of all, Brick's gonna be like, so, just out of curiosity, what did you propose to her with? Was it like a pearl necklace?
Wow.
No, it was just a gold band.
Got you.
Give me a D100 roll. I'm gonna put this in your hands.
I accidentally hit 2 instead of 1, but it should
No,
only...
you
No,
have two
no.
zeros.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
but
works.
you can't roll
Oh,
a
no.
0, so that means that's a 100, right?
No, those are two.
No, it's a D0. It wasn't a D10.
Oh, I was like, that's insane. I mean, just roll a D100.
I
Okay.
typed it out, but my keyboard was being weird.
He says no, but, and he reaches in his pocket. My mom gave me this, but it wouldn't fit with the ring. So if you want it, it's the least I can do for reuniting me with my love. And he hands you over a pearl that is worth roughly 100 gold pieces.
Oh,
Right? That's what it needs to be, or is it 50? It's whatever it needs to be for your identify.
okay. Definitely. I was also just gonna ask, because I don't know what you told her, but like when you tell the story of how we saved you from a witch,
Oh,
It went-
I'll tell him the whole spiel. She was feeding me food, trying to fatten me up, getting ready to push me in the oven, and you guys came in and slayed her. It was awesome.
But it was Brick Umberlight the Tormented and crew that came
But
in,
it was mostly Marty the Magnificent.
and Marty the Magnificent.
You know,
And
during that,
Fun Gus.
during that whole fight, I Fun Gus, and everything I did, I just happened to misplace my shoes. Can I have yours, sir, as payment?
Give me a persuasion check.
You should really give him your shoes.
I'm making this one at normal because this guy already gave you a family heirloom.
That's fair.
That's fine.
Yeah, he's like, but I'm not giving you my shoe. What? What would I wear? Actually, let me rephrase that. He's a fucking halfling. He kind of looks down and he just kind of wiggles his hairy feet and his toes at you, and he's like, "Can't help you, bud."
But thank you. You have helped us immensely, and we're glad that we could help you out. When you see us in the future, please, 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 please ask Fun Gus how we can help you out.
I can't help you out, but you can come to my knife show one of these nights.
He may or may not have thrown a knife and hit somebody. It's unclear.
Are they okay?
Yeah, no one dies here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
they had
Well, I mean, can I insight that?
I mean,
Yeah, go
there
for
was
it.
this one time where Manfred died, but like no one's died here since then.
Yeah,
I
you-
mean, I'm a medium.
I was gonna say, for those of you that work here and know the carnival, you do know that there are several magical safety mechanisms. Like, there are floating bubbles that people float by and in the sky that, like, if they pop, a feather fall spell instantly goes off. Like, they're all people don't get hurt here. Not typically, anyways.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone. Anyway, check it out. It's Fun Gus. He's got knives. That's me.
Are you gonna be in the show tonight?
Am I?
Tonight's actually our night off.
It's kind of up to you. Even on your night off, the Big Top Extravaganza is different, and you are welcome to come and do a show set if you would like. For your guys' reference, the Big Top Extravaganza happens in the 4th hour.
Happens in the where?
The 4th hour. The carnival runs for 8 hours, from like 6 p.m. until like 4 a.m. or something. Nah, it would be 6 p.m. to like 2 a.m., right? No. Yeah? Yeah.
Bar hours.
Yeah. It unveils at twilight, goes late into the night.
Sure, I'll be at tonight's show.
We'll definitely see you there, and we'll tell everyone at the carnival and everyone we meet about how much you helped us and saved me. Thank you again so much, you guys. And they sort of like go walking off hand in hand, skipping.
Enjoy your new
Yeah, being newly
Nuptial.
engaged fiancés, he kind of like leans over and gives her a peck on the cheek, and she giggles as they walk away. It's very like what would normally be like, ugh. But I don't know. It feels cute after seeing the way it went. But that is essentially the welcoming event and getting through the Hall of Illusions. As you guys can see in this upper left corner, we have a time tracker, and we are entering the 2nd hour of the carnival. We also have a mood tracker here that, as they walk off, you guys can tell the mood of the carnival seems slightly happier than when you got here. And as it is 9:17, I believe this is where we're going to end our first episode. I think it's a good spot.
Hey,
I hope you guys had
get married.
yeah, I hope you guys had fun. I had fun. Hopefully reactive images will work next time and we can be a little more prepared. There are all kinds of stuff in the works. I'm trying to see if anyone's streaming. while I'm doing this.
I'm so ready for oh my God, there's too many Vinays. Vold. What is your name, Christian?
Voldemir.
So it's hard because like I have Voldemort and then the character I play in SWTOR is Vinderai. So like I'm like I'm ready for your and Steven's characters to fucking like get me and Gus out of trouble constantly.
Oh, that's
I
definitely
was gonna
not
say,
my role here.
I think I want to try
Well,
something
it's
at the
gonna
end of these streams, before we do announcements and exit out, that I've seen on this other stream I've watched, where I would like to go around the table and essentially allow you guys to introduce yourself, talk about what you do with NPC, if you have a personal stream or anything, and what you do, and afterwards, I would like you to tell us your favorite part about the session.
Okay.
And if you'd like, I can go first. I am your DM, the Illuminati, commonly known at this point as NewDrone001 on Twitch and Twitter. You can find me streaming video games there. I run a talk show where we talk about our tabletops on a couple Mondays a month, we'll say. At this point, as well as playing in our tabletops on Sunday, and randomly when we play games, I can play on my computer with them on the other people's streams throughout the week. Um, Honestly, it's hard for me to pick a favorite moment. You all really just like the entire thing was a blast for me. You all role played so much and got so into character. I love all of your characters and the party dynamic already. And my favorite part of this session is looking forward to seeing this party dynamic go forward.
I am Kyle, or the Banana Kyle, or as you could tell sometimes by Discord name, NPC Grumpy. I am the DM for Dickest Band of Merry Men here on New Platinum Content every other Sunday at noon p.m., noon o'clock. And sometimes I also we're trying to get more. I gotta get back into it, but we every other Friday so far we've been doing painting with the PCs, where we paint, draw, write, hang out. It's kind of our chill day. We stream, but we're not streaming something like competitive. We're just relaxing and chilling out. And you can find me at Twitter at the Banana Kyle.
I will go next.
Oh, and my favorite part has to be the 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 sadder. I don't wear any shoes.
That was great.
I am Dan Kean, NPC Man. I play Dickens Band of Merry Men. I also have been doing up until recently, the One Shot Wednesdays, which we are currently looking at potentially revamping, maybe adding some more individuals, or potentially turning it into a consistent campaign amongst other people. Keep tuned up for that. Otherwise, yeah, I haven't been doing a ton of other streaming lately, but keep posted on the Wednesdays. We're going to be doing some big things. I'm really excited for that. Favorite moment was not being able to roll anything above 10. But I do have to say, I'm really digging this weird dynamic that me and Brick have right now. I definitely want to see where that goes going forward.
Did you want to go first? Or did you want me to go first?
Doesn't matter.
Why don't he mentioned you, Brick? Why don't we segue into Brick?
Okay, so I'm Steven. I play Brick. I'm also the Craving Phoenix, or I think it's just Craving Phoenix or NPC Craving Phoenix if you're on Discord. For NPC, I am the DM for Masks, which runs every other Sunday that Dickens does not.
Which we're doing tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central
12
Standard Time. Make sure you guys tune in.
Be there, be square.
We're starting it. I think we're actually still wrapping up our
Zombie
story.
apocalypse, yeah.
Aside from that, I also play Katra in Dickens Band of Merry Men, and I run Epic Tuesdays on Tuesdays where we play epic games or get together and do epic things. Oh, my favorite moment from tonight. What was my favorite moment from tonight? I think my favorite moment from tonight is is being like, yo, we totally like saved your like relationship, your proposal. I don't care what you do. Like we gave you all the cards here. I don't care what you do with that. I just need you to like tip us.
That was pretty good. Hey. My name is Christian. I am also known as as just Forma Inferno. I am one of the NPCs that play in Masks and Dickets and a whole slew of other things that we do here at NPC. I also join painting on the PCs, and I run my own stream on Thursdays. It's called Bloodthirsty Thursdays, usually, where we just play some PS4, PS5 games, usually some competitive co-op. Otherwise, we do Apocalyptic Thursday or Beat It to Delete It, just some games that I try to get off my backlog of games because as a gamer who's also an adult, fall behind doing, adult things. So I try to beat games that I really want to beat and want to stream. So that happens on Thursdays, late night, and otherwise you can catch me on NPC anytime. My favorite part of the campaign thus far has been the heavy RP. Like everybody's character is really good. I really enjoy all the voices that everybody's been doing. That's been super solid. And yeah, I'm really into the RP, and I'm really looking forward to where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens next time. I always trying to improve. We'll try to work on things, but yeah, I super appreciate it because again, as someone who watched a Witchlight campaign, this first chapter if is really reliant on you guys getting into character and RPing. So I'm excited to be able to play off of that more as we go forward, as I'm starting to get a feel for your guys' characters and how you'll handle things. Um, Other than that, I think we're good. Like we said, we've got Mass tomorrow at noon Central, where all of us except Dan Can will be, but we'll have Laney the Gamey there. I think I'm planning a talks Monday. I'll figure out who's on it. I'll probably try to get at least one, if not two, of you guys just because of the new campaign, and that's always fun. Um, Other than that, thank you all for coming. You're all the best. We do this for you guys, and just essentially we'd be playing games anyway, so we just figure we'll make content so you guys can enjoy it. So for all the people that stopped by, hung out and chat and just watched, even if you didn't say anything, we appreciate you guys. And we're gonna raid over to DMDM Studios. As we were saying earlier, this is where Lost Haven Art on Twitter, the guy that did all of our character art for this campaign, streams. I don't know if he is with them right now because I know a lot of people stream on this channel. But we are going to go ahead and raid out. Once again, thanks for coming, everyone, and make sure you guys stay crispy.
Thanks for being awesome.
And we have raided. Why do we always do this?
What?
Raid when people are on fucking break.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I will, like I said, I will definitely try to work on the NPC interaction. You guys, honestly, the ticket booth isn't that exciting. There's nothing to do. So that one, I admit, I was kind of trying to hurry on. And the Calliope is kind of the same. They just sing and want buttons. Like, there's not a ton of RP there, but I know some of the other ones will have a lot more going on. And I will definitely try to work on that for you guys.
I will have a knife throwing scene written for you. Fully.
That's cool. Yeah, hopefully next time we can get to the big top extravaganza, get through a couple of events.
Too.
Huh?
I have a medium scene.
I know you do.
Written art.
Yep. Like I said, yeah. Basically, when that point comes, you guys can go. Any new things that happen, you guys kind of mentioned, the NPC things, and I was kind of hurrying things along. And I openly, again, admit I was kind of doing that in the prologue kind of thing.
We also only had 3 hours versus a standard.
Yeah, I knew I was on a 6 to 9, and I didn't want to go too much past that. When we were at the end of the Hall of Illusions, I was like, I want to get to the end of that conversation because that's the end of a quest and a good place to end. Here's my question. I've seen some of Chapter 2. I'll warn you guys, right off the bat, Chapter 2, you do get some combat, a decent amount. And what I'll tell you guys, I think I mentioned, is they recommend running this in milestone, but I'm thinking I might add extra milestones. For example,
you cut out at the beginning of that.
Yeah, you've been cutting out.
There is combat in the beginning of like Chapter 2 and moving forward. Like, it doesn't have to be. You can certainly talk your way and role play your way out of situations, but like from what I've seen, it does pick up. I'm not opposed. I'm halfway, and I'm okay leaving it up to you guys. Do you guys feel the stuff you did today is enough for level 2? I'm not going to add too many milestones because I don't want you guys to totally outscale the module.
He helped a guy get married, and I fell asleep.
I would say for me, like, I would put it between like if we had done 2 side quests, or if we had done 2
That's
quests,
kind of what I was
yeah.
thinking. The way the book
But,
has
like,
it is it's basically at the end of every chapter and then fighting each boss at the end of the later chapters. But there isn't a boss or anything in this one, and I don't really want you guys to go the entire 8 hours without like gaining a level. So that's kind of what I was thinking, is every 2 objectives you guys did, I would kind of pop a level in there for this first chapter.
I only push for level 2 just because I get 2 weapon fighting at level 2.
I thought you were taking thrown weapon fighting.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
And that's the other thing, is I know level 1 to 2 is only 300 XP, and that's a pretty decent one. It gets some people, subclasses. Actually, are all of you? It gets nope. Daniel's 3, Bard is 3, Sorcerer has 1, and Cleric has 1. So it won't get either of you. You already have 1, yeah. Yeah, you guys both get yours at level 1. The others are level 3. So 2 won't give like subclass or any major development.
God, I can't believe I failed to identify that fairy circle.
For your reference, just so you don't think you were missing anything huge, that doorway wasn't like the portal or anything. It literally just would have made you put you into the ethereal plane for an hour.
Oh.
You would have walked through, and like to other people you would have disappeared, and you know, ethereal plane, see them as like ghosts, Frodo with the ring, for an hour.
Shut up.
But yeah, I'm gonna exit out of Twitch on my phone now because my phone's almost dead. And I'm gonna go have another cigarette. But yeah, when I get back, if you guys want to hang out, like I said, I'm open to critiques, criticisms. As long as there are things I can do something about. As long as Daniel's not gonna turn around and be like,
I rolled terribly.
I didn't have fun because I didn't get to do what I wanted to do because I rolled bad.
I didn't have fun because I didn't get to identify the fairy circle.
Honestly, when you rolled low, I halfway debated. I was like, honestly, I could just give him this.
No, it's fine.
I was like, he is technically a Fae, and that's why I looked at your character sheet, because I wasn't sure if you got Fae ancestry, and it's kind of banana. Like, you get the magic resistance.
Yeah,
but
I get a lot of feats from being a satyr already.
Yeah.
If they gave me anything else, I'd be broken.
And I hope the Hall of Illusions and getting into actual events brought a little more of that whimsy to it that wasn't entirely there.
Yeah, no, that was fun. I enjoyed it. What was the deal with the bed?
If you would have laid down, you would have just fallen asleep for 5 minutes. Oh, for 5 minutes, and then you would have woken up with feathers growing out of your arms that fell out after an hour.
You cut out feathers.
You would have woken up 5 minutes later with feathers growing out of your arm that would have fallen out an hour later.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I came up with some random stuff because honestly, they didn't give me a map for the Hall of Illusions or anything. It was literally just a hall with the past, present, future mirrors, and I was like, I want to add some more to this. There's not a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I just jumped in it instead of.
Yeah,
doing
you were like, I go to the bed, and I was like, oh shit. And then you were like, I jump on it. I was like, whew, okay. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
I love how I kept rolling 19s to get people's shoes. It's the only thing I could roll decent on all night.
That's hilarious. I legit forgot that you were a satyr. So when Brick was like, I totally thought that was like pants and like just weird. Like I literally forgot you were a satyr.
And I honestly, I did not think about that until like that second. I was like, wait, I'm a satyr stealing shoes. I don't have feet.
That was hilarious.
And one of the shoes I stole was thimble sized, so, or not stole, but got.
It's just you start asking for more and more outrageous stuff as people start catching on. Like, but wait, what do you want getting shoes for? You don't have feet.
Or I just do. Do you remember the paperclip challenge? I just do the paperclip challenge in D&D, where I just start with a trivial object and trade up to like a house or a car. Obviously not a car in D&D.
I think you meant a cart. You just forgot the T.
Yeah. The finest steed in all the land.
What's really weird for me is like Brick is 16, so he'll be like, yeah, we need payment, and he doesn't really know what like payment should be. Like he knows like money. Well, he's like, I'm at a carnival, like I don't. But he also doesn't have creativity. So when people's like, I'll give you a show, he's like, oh yeah, I can just like steal parts of your show. I'll take that as payment.
I realized very early on how hindering not having a sense of direction is.